Hello and welcome to BB on Blast.
Big Brother Canada 9.
Woo! Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Gaz.
Is that enough echo for you, or do you want a bit more?
I think the listeners want more echo. Someone said they liked the echo. I can't remember who it was. Dean Barney, maybe?
Mm.
Dean Barney's
Oh.
on my shit list, by the way.
Oh,
Mm,
why? This is a good way to start the pod.
I know.
Speak into that fucking microphone because you sound quiet.
Oh, I'll turn my volume up if you want. In
Okay.
fact, make sure your volume's up. You keep being quiet lately on the audio track.
Mine's at full blast. You've got to talk right into it, otherwise it's. I'm like,
We're back on full blast.
"Ugh."
Um, yeah, I've had a run-in today on Twitter. Have you seen it?
Oh no.
A Big Brother run-in.
Oh, you should have called for backup. Oh, hold on. Was this the one I got involved with and got told off about?
No, this is a different one on
Oh.
the Blast account where someone said they.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of things on Twitter actually this week to talk about.
Gaz, why have you been starting all this beef on Twitter?
I didn't really start beef on Twitter. Someone
You're
dragged
like,
me into the
damn.
beef. Um,
Right.
so basically, yesterday, I mean, obviously we're going to talk more later about Nikki and everything and how we're feeling, I'm sure. But I think like
Mm,
the loss of Nikki got me obviously looking back at her time in Big Brother and looking back at old clips, and it's got me thinking
mm,
a lot about Big Brother UK and about old BBUK and how Big Brother changed over the years. One of
mm.
the clips that I've been watching since the news of Nikki's death came out is when she went up against Helen Wood in Time
Yeah.
Bomb, and someone said, like, remember
Mm,
when Nikki absolutely took down this bully or bitch or whatever it was? I can't remember. But
mm.
some weird term to describe Helen wasn't positive. Can't remember what it was.
Dog.
It wasn't that, but
Cunt.
you could go on. Um, and I was thinking about how that's such a blot on the landscape of BBUK the year when she won. I was just thinking so
A
I feel
blot
so
on the landscape.
I feel
Gaz,
so
there's been a
sad
lot
about
of there's been a lot of those over the years. Fucking hell.
that. Yeah, I know.
Pass to the final, isn't
Well, yeah. Um,
it?
so I was
You
thinking
blame
I was just
Pauline for that.
I was just yeah, so this is basically summing up everything that's been said on Twitter. So basically, I was thinking about, oh, that's really sad that that happened to my favorite show, and I was just thinking about this and thinking
Mm.
how innocent winners used to be, and I was thinking back to Brian Dowling. I was thinking of
The
a tweet.
cameras.
I need to summarize this in a tweet. So I came up with a
Mm.
tweet that said, "Science will never fully explain, not that science. You get me?
Do you get me?
Science science will never fully explain what enabled BBUK winners to go from this with a picture of Brian Dowling in the diary room
Mm,
in BB2 to this
mm.
um, with a picture of Helen in the diary room. I didn't
Did
tag
Helen reply to you?
Brian. I didn't tag Brian. I didn't tag Helen. There was no tagging of
Uh,
anyone, just the hashtag.
oh,
But somebody, obviously a Helen fan, copied Helen in and
oh,
went,
I'm excited to hear how this story ends now.
actually,
It
I
better
should
be
probably
good.
refer to the actual tweets and give you the verbatim messages. So,
Did it end up with you getting called a pigeon-chested twat?
I mean, not far off.
I truly hope
Um,
so. You did say you need a haircut, Gaz. I know she does some good ones.
yeah, I should ask her while she's in my mentions. Um, oh, where is the person that called her a legend? Somebody basically
She is
re,
not a legend.
re well, no, but she did go back under the guise of being a legend, didn't she? According to Channel 5's Big Brother. Do you know my mentions? There've been so much today going on, more than
Oh,
ever,
get you.
that I can't even
Wood
find the
fancy
tweet.
pants.
Anyway, long and short of this is, I'll scroll down my
Mm.
mentions see if I can find it. Is that here you go? Someone called Brett, whose handle I can't.
Hold on, wasn't that Brett person the other person having a go at us?
No, they're called Kyle or something. Um,
Oh, right.
retweets my tweet and says one of my fave housemates of all time is at Helen underscore Wood 86. Imagine how
What a
boring her
glass.
imagine how boring her season would have been without her! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark!
Hold on, weren't Mark O'Neill in that season?
No, that's the return. Power
Oh
Trip we're
yeah.
talking.
Yeah, hold
Um,
on. Who else is in Helen's season? Oh, Creepy Chris,
Darley.
Christopher. Oh, Slugsworth, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely
Ash.
fantastic.
Absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
admittedly, he just had that,
Mar-
and that was it.
Marvin, is it?
Marlon,
Is it called Marlon? Marlon.
Marlon, I think.
Um,
Um,
and
Actually, they've got a point. I'm on
Stephen
their side.
Good. Stephen Good was in
Oh, he was good. He'd been to 81 countries
it.
or something. 84, maybe. Sorry, Stephen.
Mother 72. No, grandma 87.
Those are
Um,
yeah, no, actually, they're wrong. You're right. Go on.
who's wrong?
They're wrong. This tweeter.
Saying that it would be born without her. Well, I said, actually, Helen kind of ruined that series for me, but
Mm,
admittedly, not single-handedly, but she was the
mm,
worst of a bad bunch.
mm.
Um, anyway, Helen Wood crops up and says,
Yes.
"Science will
Oh.
also never explain why sad acts choose to obsess over TV programs from 6 years ago."
You got fucking owned.
Zing!
Come on, Helen. That's so good.
I got zinged by
Oh,
Helen Wood.
I
Bad.
can't I can't wait to see your comeback. Did you come back or did you just accept defeat, which you
Of
should have
course I
done?
did. I retweeted her. I retweeted her and I said the most Helen Wood reply imaginable, to be fair. Always in the right, always in the right, with the laughing emoji.
Nice.
To which
Nice.
Helen replied, "Weirdo, get a grip." so,
Oh, that is so good. Did you
so I
admit
said,
defeat then? No.
"No, and okay, Helen, thanks for your advice."
Uh
But
you should, you got fucking owned. That
I
is good.
I did
That's
not get
enjoyable.
owned.
You did.
It did not put a scratch on me. I laughed at it about how Helen Wood it was. Like it was the ultimate Helen Wood, wasn't it?
That's brilliant. You do some people pay for that kind of shit, especially off Helen Wood.
I know. Yeah, yeah. Um, shout out Wayne Rooney, wasn't it?
And Hugh
Some
Bonneville, never forget.
who's
Every time I
that?
see that guy, I think, he fucked Helen Wood. He's like an
Who
actor at
Bonneville?
Downton Abbey who paid Helen Wood for sex
Oh,
and like acts like he's like some serious actor. It's like you're obviously a deviant.
well, if it works for Hugh Grant, and
No judgment,
someone who I've kind
here.
of like recently become aware of on Twitter, who's called at Hot
Mm,
Dog Sims, um,
mm,
was also involved in this conversation at the end and said, "This is amazing, lol," to see
mm.
me and Helen go for each other.
That is good.
I think they listened
What
to
a,
the pod as well.
what a good point though about people obsessing over programs from 6 years ago. That is a
Yeah,
very, very good point.
it is a good point, but will we ever stop?
20 years ago would have been
I was
more
gonna
like
say that's what I was thinking too. Anyway,
that's
Dean
so,
Barney's on my shit list for this.
oh, did he get involved?
Dean Barney comes and says, "Ha ha ha! Oh my god, I can just picture Helen's face and tone of voice behind this message. Legend." He said legend. I said, "Get in the bin, Dean Barney." And then
I agree with you, Dean Barney.
Dean
That was
Barney said, "Dean Barney said,
go on.
get Helen on the pod. I would pay good money to you, not Helen."
Oh,
Oh, actually,
yeah,
even Dean Barney said, "Get Helen to cut your hair, Gaz."
see. That's hilarious.
Also, at Sims Hot Dog said she's still just as pathetic as ever. Love that for you, babe.
I'll get you a Helen Wood cameo for your birthday.
Does she do it?
No, probably not.
Do you
No.
know what? That's such a good gift for like a BB superfan. He's as kind of like hated and inconvenient as she is as a blot on the history of BBUK, but it would be a laugh.
She's not the worst blot. I mean, to me, people like Charlotte Crosby and Scotty T are the lowest of the low. At least Helen Wood was sort of like a real person. These fucking Geordie reality show people, that's when Big Brother was in the gutter, as far as I'm
Mm,
concerned.
you've got a
In
point,
the
but I feel
gutter.
like it all started there, and that was where the floodgates opened.
Helen Wood opened the floodgates,
She did.
like Nigel Farage warned.
Anyway, some of the suggestions about like what did enable this to happen in BBUK were obviously Pauline. And then I
Mm.
said, and obviously the pass to the final, like you said, and I said, yeah, but pass to the final or not, she was still voted by the public to be there. To which
And they had
Lorcan said, Lorcan said
what?
it was all part of Jazzy P's plan.
And they had to release the voting figures because no one could have fucking believe it. She'd won by a fucking landslide.
I'm
Poor
so
Ashley didn't
confused.
get a look in.
But she is also very popular. If you look at like her following and the strength of feeling about her, she's really quite a popular housemate
Who
on Channel
is?
5. Ashley.
Oh, okay. Quite boring, really.
Wait, yeah, female Ashley, right? Not Ash. Yeah.
Oh no, obviously not. I mean, he was entertaining.
Oh yeah, and also I didn't realize this guy was called Jack. Someone who I follow on Twitter, which is called at Die Penis DeMilo, said, "I'm just going to go on a limb and blame the Daily Mail
For what?
for the enabling someone like Helen to win BBUK."
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then the other Twitter drama we had was the person who I saw tweeting about their dream BBCAN All Stars lineup, and I said there was like the usual suspects who you probably expect, like Iker and Neda and Karen, and I was like, no,
Ollie, Andrew Gordon, Kenny
who?
Rain. I'm just being facetious.
What was the first one you
Maddie,
said?
Ollie. Do you
Who's
remember that?
Arlie? Don't remember that.
Oh, it was this little
Oh,
megalomaniac, sub Jordan Parha little freak.
didn't he have like a really got like kind of like guttural voice? Guttural voice.
Yeah, he's got a horrible accent. He was like in the kitchen. He went, "I'm winning this game," and then he got evicted the next week. Bye. Carry
Bye
on.
bye. um,
Oh, I could tell this is
yeah,
going to be a messy one.
and I said, no, Min Lee. And this person responded and went, oh, well, no, because Min Lee is problematic because she's an anti-masker and she has problematic views. And I went, well, I'm reading between the lines. I'm seeing good TV.
Yeah.
to which to which they said, oh, so what is it about morals? Something about morals.
Oh, you don't have to. I don't know. Something about.
So we overlook the morals for good TV,
Yeah,
sort of
you'll
thing.
just
We're like,
overlook the morals for good TV. Damn fucking right we will.
yeah,
Damn
case
right
in
we
point,
will.
Helen Wood.
I didn't want to watch fucking moral TV. If I did, I'd watch the fucking religious channel. Fuck off. And
I
that
thought it
person
was
was, they were being so petty. And then they were just like, oh, don't put words in my mouth. And I was just like, I didn't even start this argument. Gaz started it on BB on
yeah.
Blast. And then I decided to get involved.
And I
And then
just
you
walked
like my
away.
tweets. It was like I was liking my own tweet.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I thought I should have done it as myself, not as the
Yeah,
brand
you could have
account.
done it as you.
Yeah. Poor social media strategy from the digital person.
I just think anyone, but I do worry we're becoming like, part of the problem because I just think anyone who says like problematic, I just think, oh, whatever. I just think, I mean,
What do you mean? We're
you
becoming
can't
part
even
of the
say,
problem?
no, you can't even say like bitch or you can't like, we can't have a go at Beth for like jumping
Yeah.
between two guys. We're just joking. We don't
You,
really,
you can't put a
we're
poll
not
out
really,
to find out who is the worst person in the world.
oh, another one. God. And someone said it was me.
You must have liked that. You must have enjoyed
Like,
that.
they backtracked though. I
Did
was like,
they?
yeah, they backtracked and said, "Oh, sorry, I think I took it too seriously." I'm like, yeah, you
Oh,
did.
you
Go
said
away.
it's, yeah, you went, we're having a laugh. An
Yeah,
LU,
just
an L
you
A
know,
U G H. It's called a laugh.
yeah, just kidding, just kidding. But then I worry, like, oh my god, are we like, Jim Davidson, just like, oh, just kidding. You gotta be careful. It's a slippery slope.
Well, there is a yeah, like comedy in essence kind of has to sometimes be shocking and be
Mm,
offensive, but then it's like 10 years later down the line, it's actually not appropriate. So
no, today it's not appropriate. In 10 years down the line, but I think James Corden and Robbie Williams can handle it, don't you?
I think, yeah, I think so. Wealthy enough and
And
have
as
cushy
for
enough lives.
Gemma Collins and Stephen Mulhern, well, fingers crossed it'll tip them over the edge. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh no, go shut down the podcast.
wow.
I'm joking. Of course, I don't want that. It's your fault for
Um,
starting this conversation.
well, you have to start on a high because it's only going down from here, isn't it?
Oh God. I bought a whole bottle of wine as well to have on my own.
And
You
that makes for a
should.
good pod usually. I'm at the moment I'm drinking a cup of tea. I need
Oh,
to
come on,
get
get a
a drink.
drink down
No,
you.
but the reason was I was feeling a bit hungry, so I needed to have like a banana and a cup of tea to get me through.
Oh, God. Honestly, listeners, I every week it's I'm hungry. I've got to eat something. These people who just like I've got to have dinner. I've got to eat something. There's people. There is very specific kind of people like these people who are fucking late all the time. Just saying, and it's just like everything just revolves around. You got to get food. You got to eat something. It's like becomes everyone's problem. It's like it's not bothering me. I've eaten.
This is the voice of someone who doesn't eat food, real food.
Rude. I had sausage
This
and
is
chips tonight.
this is the thing. I think, oh God, Lindsay must think I'm crazy because do you remember when we recorded last Sunday? Actually, was it last Sunday? Easter? No, the one before.
Mm,
And I was doing a
yeah.
roast dinner, and then you were like, "Enjoy your
Mm,
roast," and then you were like, sent me a picture of your food, which was a takeaway,
mm.
and it had long
Oh, that
arrived,
was nice.
and I was still
Mm,
cooking, and then like
mm,
hours later, my meal was like finally done. I just thought you must think. I remember you bought the bits for a Christmas dinner for Jack
mm,
in the context of like it's put it in the oven because it's from M&S, right? And you went, "Ah, I made a
mm.
roast dinner. It was easy."
You fucking
But
snob. What a
that is the
fucking
difference between it
little
takes so
snob.
long to make
What
it
a
from
snob.
scratch.
Oh, my food took longer to cook than yours. So what? It took the same amount of time to fucking eat, you absolute snob. You can look down on me
I'm
about
glad you
food
said
as
E and nothing else.
I've been
I
called
don't look
everything.
down.
Food chav. I'm used to it.
Um,
I've got an issue. You're taking so
yeah,
long.
I know. And in light of everything that's going on, I shouldn't even be going there. No, but what I was
Yeah,
saying, what
I'm
I was thinking
fine.
was, you must think, God, this is crazy how long it takes guys to make a meal
No, I
when it's
don't
like
think that. I
cooking
know.
a leg of
I,
lamb
no,
from scratch.
I don't think that at all.
Oh,
I
all
think, good luck to you. I've got better things to do, like play Crash Team Racing and drink vodka. Do you want to
Now
get a
what?
drink?
Oh, yeah. Hang on. I was going to say the reason I was coming on late and I was going to tell you on the pod was because my
Oh
nan
yeah,
called
no,
me.
tell me. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and I'm just going to tell you on the pod because I think it's quite amusing. So,
Mm.
for listeners who don't know, my nan's currently in a care home, and she's had her arm in a cast because she fell over and broke her wrist, and she's finally got the cast off.
You fell
So
over.
she's
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh dear.
So she's now in the home, but she's like getting physio to try and move her hand again, but it's been in a cast for ages, so it's kind of stuck in it. She said it's stuck in like a thumbs up position. So she said it looks like I like everything. She said
Better
unless
than
it's
that.
yeah, no, I said, oh, did I say it looks like you like everything? She said, yeah, but I can always turn it upside down.
Mm, that's good. I like it.
And then today, so I missed the call yesterday, and she calls me again today, and just before I was about to get ready for the pod, I was like, oh
Mm,
God, this is gonna hold me back, but also I can't
mm.
not talk to my nanny after missing her call yesterday.
No,
She
of course
goes,
not.
she goes, answers the phone. I answer the phone. She goes, "How are you? I just wanted to tell you what I've been doing." Didn't stop to listen to what I've been doing. She said, "I've been snail racing." I said, "I'm
The
sorry."
fuck?
She said, "The nurse came in today. She said, 'How are you, Margaret?' She said, 'I'm so bored.' She said, 'Okay, I'm gonna.' She goes, 'I'm gonna go get a wheelchair and take you racing.'" And to which my nan said, "What, wheelchair racing?"
Mm.
And she said, "No, snail racing." So in the home where she is, it's kind of like in a kind of garden setting. It's kind of a rural development, and
Sounds nice.
they collect some. They have a thing where they collect some snails from the garden, and then they obviously have like a table with tracks like laid out on it. And they put like fruit down the track, and they race the snails for the old people, and the old people like choose one. And my nanny was talking about how this old woman had knocked a snail off the table. It's like it is an old people's home. You're all old.
I like that. They don't see themselves as the
No,
same, do
says this old
they?
lady. And
How long does it take a snail to race along?
well, I'm glad you asked. So she
Hmm.
said, "Oh, I chose a little one." She said, "No bigger than my thumbnail." And she said, "Oh,
Oh my
she said
God.
that they're quite fast." She said, "I thought it would take a couple of hours for it to get up the table, but mine got up, mine got up there in 20 minutes."
God, those care home workers know what they're doing, don't they? Just fucking put them in front of this rubbish.
Yeah.
Cheaper than the TV.
And she said hers came in fourth. And she
Oh,
said,
fourth. Out of how many?
"Yeah, oh, I don't actually know. I should check how
Could have been
many."
out of five. That wouldn't have been too bad. Oh
Mm,
no, that would have been bad.
true.
Six out of 40. Pretty good.
I don't think they had that many snails. Bloody hell. Um, and she said, "Oh, they had a drinks trolley and it had every drink on there." She said you could have there's bottles of wine, champagne, cans of beer, and they said, "Do you want a
What the
bottle to take
fuck?
back to your room?" She said, "I don't
What?
drink."
What?
I
They
know.
have all that in a care home.
Yeah, they're getting them
Si-
pissed apparently.
Sign me up.
And she said, "Oh, one gentleman made a pass at me and said, 'Hello, don't believe we've met. I'm I'm William. I'd like to get to know you better. What room are you in?'"
Oh my God. She's like, bolt the door.
Honestly, like Randy pensioners is a problem,
Hmm.
in care homes.
Yeah,
Like STI rates are like off the charts amongst them because they're all getting it on.
yeah, but can they get it up?
Oh, good point. Apparently.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, the answer to what room are you in that my nan gave him was the one with the locked door.
Yes. Oh, Nan.
But anyway,
Nice.
like this is the first social thing she's done in there. She told me
Hmm.
they had bingo, but she doesn't want to go. She hates it. And
Why? I love bingo.
she said she'll fall asleep.
Hmm.
Um,
Bingo's fun. It's quite thrilling.
but honestly, like I could hear the difference from
Hmm.
having gone out and socialized, and
Hmm.
it's like amazing to clearly see how that has changed her whole mood. And she couldn't wait to tell me
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. That's fun. That's quite cool. I hope
It
they
could
do
be
some
said
other
for the
things apart from that.
oh yeah, she says she's got the timetable now. I thought, why didn't they tell her before? But anyway, she's got like a
Hmm.
whole list of things, and she's planning to go to like arts
Oh,
and
good.
crafts and
Hmm.
the baking class
Hmm.
and stuff.
That's cool. Did she ever find out what you've been doing?
No, she just told me all about that and then decided she had to go.
Nice. That's so funny. My mum's a bit like that as well. She just talks about herself and then just that's
Goes
it.
bye. Yeah, my nan's
It's
always like,
over.
okay, my nan goes, and she wants to end the call. She goes, "I'll talk to you, love," or "I'll see you, love."
Sometimes, like if I've got a new job or something, my mum's just like, don't ask me anything about it. Doesn't ask me what I do or do you know what I mean? Like no interest in it whatsoever. Like it's just whatever. Weird. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm pleased that she
Mm,
seems to be doing better.
that's good.
Should we talk about Big Brother Canada yet, or have you got anything else before we go in?
I've got to get a top up. You need to get an alcoholic drink.
Ah, shall we have a little pause for a beverage
Yeah,
break?
let's have a little pause and compose ourselves.
All right then. Right. What drink have you got, Lindsay?
I've got two glasses of wine just in case we
Oh,
run on.
I got two drinks as well. You know,
Yes, and that wasn't
got
even planned, so you're in for a
I
treat. Oh, what's
got
that?
myself a little double rum, spiced rum,
Oh,
which I
a
bought
little
Dan.
bit of rum.
I bought Dan for his
Look,
birthday, so don't tell him.
oh, and you're drinking it. Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, got
it's
you.
on.
No, I thought you were drinking
What?
it before you give it to him.
No, it's been his birthday.
Imagine you
Um,
just tipping it with water.
I got the and soda on the side.
Oh,
Free promo for them again.
mm.
For
When will
this
they sponsor us?
to our four listeners.
No, we've got at least 40.
I just went into the living room and Dan showed me a video on his phone, I guess Instagram. He said, "Do you recognize this person?" I said,
Hmm.
"No." It was Joe O'Meara.
Oh.
She's had a lot of work done. She looks
Oh
completely
no.
different.
Oh no. She's trying to, escape from the dressing gown.
If
You can
she
never
was in the dressing
escape from
gown,
that.
I'd have recognized her.
I need to. You need to send me that.
Hmm.
The listeners will be
Guess it
interested.
was on her own Instagram.
What
They're
is he
doing
following her?
it. Yeah, probably because Dan really likes S Club 7.
What about the race hate?
Oh well,
Forgive and forget. 20 years later,
I'm
never forget. Gaz,
looking for
for
Joe
our
Amira.
audio listeners, Gaz is looking at his phone. Right, I'm going to start this
I've got
video.
it. Do you want to see her?
Oh, I
Wait,
can't see it very
so
well, but
bad with the
it
light.
looks more like Suzanne Shaw than Joe Amira. Oh God, has she gone back in time? Does she
All
look
you
good
can
or not? I
do
can't quite tell.
is step back in time. She looks better than she did, but she
Hmm.
looks entirely different. She looks a little bit like Jessica Alves. Washing
She
my
should try.
machine.
She should try changing her name as well. Under attitude. She's probably perfectly nice now, but
Now.
now. I doubt it. Right, shall we do
Right.
this podcast? What
Yeah, let's
days have
talk
you got
about it.
notes for?
I've actually got all days.
Oh, I've got all days as well.
Oh,
Who
it's gonna
wants to
be a
go
long one.
first? Fucking
Do
hell.
you not
It's already long.
do you not have any sort of like tittle tattle from the week?
Oh, I do have tittle tattle. Well remembered. Because this will be old news, very old news, but news that you don't know. I'm going to tell you something now that might blow your socks off.
Oh.
If you don't know this, if you don't know this by now, you are about to know.
Is it about
Do you know it?
Beth and Jedson having anal sex?
No.
Okay.
Did they really have anal sex in the Big Brother
No,
Canada house?
I,
Come on
I think
now.
there was a discussion that like it's on the cards or something possibly, but honestly, that's their business.
Are you
I
sure they
don't
weren't
concern
just
myself
discussing
with that.
back a backdoor option? Um, no, it's about another budding romance in the house.
Another budding romance.
Hmm.
Ter-
I believe he doesn't know this.
Tina and Kiefer.
Tina's, Tina's a lesbian.
Yeah, I forgot.
What are you at? Oh, whatever it is.
She's done a tully, and Kiefer's really turned it around for her.
Oh God, yeah, she couldn't resist. Oh, we are on one tonight. The knives are out.
Shing. No, I
Zing.
can't think of another budding romance. You've got
There's been a
Brayden.
snog. All right, it's not really romance. It's a snog, but it was sort of a secret, sexy snog that Big Brother Canada is hiding from us.
Oh, pesky Big Brother.
A gay
Uh
snog, in fact.
oh, Ty and Brayden.
Yeah. Oh, you did know.
I think I've heard about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, they had apparently they got off, and apparently there was some hand action. This was when Austin was still in the house, and she said to Bray, "How far did it go?" And he said 33% or something along those lines.
Oh, wow, that's gay. Well, very well known gay code.
Is it?
Yeah, it means just the tip. No, it's not.
And apparently Ty was kissing Braden's neck, or Braden was kissing Ty's neck.
Was this not in
I
the game of Truth or Dare that we saw a little clip of?
no, it was not a part of a game. Well, it was part of the Big Brother game and Ty's
Hmm.
social strategy, but
Yeah, at the Kevy Wevy playbook.
exactly. And apparently, I heard on a podcast that Big Brother Canada got shit for showing Kevy Wevy and Will's sort of whatever it was.
They
Why have
got
they got
shit
shit for it?
in terms of
Yeah.
what they shouldn't be showing men showing interest to one
Well,
another.
yeah, I don't know actually, but the fact that they've not showed this, which is interesting. We'd like to see it, I'm sure. It's like, why? Why are you
Definitely.
not showing it? We want to know. We want to see it.
Hang on, I need more details. Do you have more details on this? They got in shit
No,
for
because
showing
they
that.
never actually showed it on the live feed. Apparently, every time something interesting happens on the live feed, they cut it.
No, what I'm talking about is previously getting in trouble for showing Kevy, Wevy, and Ty. Showing them.
Oh,
Showing them. William
Yeah,
being
apparently
close.
they had
Why?
I
People
don't know.
bad feedback.
Yeah, maybe because Kevy Webby was sort of using Will, maybe.
Oh well, I felt like that about the situation too, but I
Yeah,
hope it
but who
wasn't
cares?
kind
They're
of a
Big
like, oh,
Brother.
we don't want to see two men on a bed together,
Yeah, it probably
like
was.
homophobic complaints or something.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Um, so yeah, what do you think of that as a game move on either side? Any good?
Well, I'm sure an enjoyable experience for Braden.
Hmm.
You know, Ty's kind of
What about Ty?
one of
What are
the
you saying?
heartthrobs.
Hmm.
Well, do in the past we've said that when we get a gay vibe from someone, and I always think, oh God, are we allowed to say that? Who did you say you were getting a
You
gay
should
vibe
know.
from? I've forgotten.
If anyone's allowed to say it, it's you, not me. Yeah,
Well,
who were we getting a gay
who
vibe
was
from?
that?
Sheldon.
Oh, yeah, you were getting that from Sheldon. I
Hmm.
wasn't. But like
I was.
Ty, I think like possibly he's very
Hmm.
sweet and he's quite
Hmm.
like as masculine as he is, he's quite kind of soft with it. So I feel like there's potential
Hmm.
to go either way. I don't know. Perhaps he's bisexual. Who are we
I
to
think
say?
he's just open. He's obviously open. He's open to the triangle, isn't he? And he's open to getting off of Braden. So he's probably just, a carefree kind of a guy. And why
Hmm.
not?
Good on him. Get
So
that
there was more.
shape that triangle into a square.
Yeah. So there was more about Tara's microaggressions towards Jed and Ty. And apparently Big Brother gave her a talking to about it.
Oh, how do we know from people on the in the
Because
aftermath?
she came out the diary room and was like, apologize. I think she apologized to Rohan for saying something about the Simpsons, which I can imagine what that was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then she said she wasn't going to put Jed and Ty up anymore. So this was a while ago. This was like a week or two
Well, there's
back.
only one Asian character in the entirety of The Simpsons, really.
Mm. And he's a
Um,
stereotype.
he is a stereotype. However, there
Mm.
is a whole discussion around Apu in The Simpsons. Do you know about this?
There was a documentary. I think I watched a documentary about it.
That he actually represents
The,
like a really
the pro-
positive view of an Asian man in America who's like works really hard. There's this, but the problem with the character is that he is voiced by a white person, but the Simpsons have like committed themselves to not using white actors for people of color, characters of color, if you can say that
yeah,
in the Simpsons.
yeah,
Um, going forward.
yeah. I
No,
know.
there is
Good.
something. There's a whole YouTube video about how Apu is like such a kind of like stand-up guy
I know, but
amongst the cast
Asian
of The
people,
Simpsons.
Asian people say, they get called a poo at school and things like that, and people taking piss out their voice and that sort of stuff. So if Tara
Mm,
said something like that, it's not because you're a stand-up guy, is it?
no, and I don't
No,
recall Rohan saying that he runs a convenience store on the side.
me either. Um, so yeah, apparently she got in trouble about that. Um, Another thing was before they had that big Barney, and on the recap, I did see Tara take her sunglasses off and throw them on the floor.
Good,
Who
is it?
does that? Stupid.
Shit, I paid for
There
those.
should be there should be a gift for that. She said before the fight, she said, "I'm not going to get into a fight with another woman on TV. I don't want my kids to see me like that." How did that work out for you?
Cut to 2 minutes later.
Um, and also about the Victoria getting evicted. The Victoria blindside apparently wasn't a blindside because Ted gave her the heads up in the diary
Oh,
room. Did you know about this?
yes, I did hear something about this, and I don't know where from, but I caught wind of something where it was said, if they start to question you in the diary room about how would you feel if there was a backdoor plan in action,
Mm,
you start to
you're
catch
gonna.
wind of there is a
Mm,
backdoor afoot. Where did you hear this,
mm.
and why do we know this?
I heard it on a podcast, and apparently they refer to the diary room as bananas. And Victoria came out and went, "Oh, bananas told me blah 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 blah." And then apparently Big Brother like just went, "You're not allowed to talk about production." And then I think they got rid of all their food and just left a bunch of bananas in the storeroom as
I
like a
like
message.
that. 500 bananas.
A horse's head in the bed.
Yeah, but a banana under your pillow.
Hello? Holding the banana to the ear. Is Victoria going to get blindsided? But why would they want to ruin their own blindside? Because they wanted to save Victoria, I guess.
No, I don't think that they are ever doing that with an agenda. I do have faith in Big Brother's production that they're just trying to get the content for the show.
I,
And probably
I
they would ask everyone on the block that question.
I can see I can see how it could happen because when Kiefer was setting himself up for a fall earlier in the week and he kept going, oh, there's no way I'm gonna
Oh
go
my
home. And
God.
Victoria, they were like being so heavy handed with it. Like normally they never used to do that, but now I feel like they're so heavy handed with it that if they were doing that in the diary room as well, then it's not hard to get the red string out, put two and two together and make bananas.
If they were being like, overly confident in the diary room, they'd get the impression from Big Brother that they
No,
shouldn't be.
but it just I'm saying Big Brother just hinting too much about things and sort of spoiling the surprise. Like the way Keith
Hmm.
was going on, it's like, oh, obviously he's going to go home, even though he didn't actually go home in the end.
I was
They,
convinced.
is it? Well, I mean, we have the title ready. Don't say it because we
Yeah,
might need to see.
I
Um,
linked it earlier.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but no, no, no. So that was quite interesting, I thought.
Do you know
And then,
what I want to say about that before we move on? Sorry, is that
oh,
Tim Dormer has a podcast, and I don't think you ever. I don't know if you ever listened to it. I definitely sent
I
it to
did
you.
listen to a few
Did you?
episodes. Yeah. Mm,
And it's mostly about reality TV and people's experience and stuff. And in that, he does talk about his experience in Big Brother Canada and how the diary room is really different.
mm,
So
mm,
for a housemate from UK and Australia, whenever you're in the diary room, producer will never ever talk to you outside of the character of Big Brother. But in Canada, they obviously do, and they're more aware of the fact they're making a show because they have to
mm.
commentate on the competitions and stuff, which we don't do, and neither does
Yeah.
Australia. Well, we
Mm.
kind of do now, but yeah, it's just interesting if you listen to the episode of Tim's podcast to hear how these housemates who are used to Big Brother being like that had to adjust to the diary room being somewhere where you actually make TV and talk to a producer instead of just being somewhere where you
Mm.
go to talk to Big Brother and get stuff off your chest and
Yeah,
nominate.
yeah. I wonder what Nikki made of that. Not much, but
Well,
judging by her diary rooms that she did, she was just doing her usual diary room antics, wasn't
yeah,
she?
I think Nikki treated the diary room exactly like she always had done,
Mm.
and it was a place to complain to Big Brother when she wasn't happy, and a place to cry and be upset when she needed to
Vent.
let that out. Yeah, event.
We'll talk about Nikki when we talk about the Canada tribute. So the final thing was, that did you know there was some concern about Ontario, where Brother Canada is filmed, going back into a lockdown and Big Brother being cancelled?
I did not. Oh God, imagine if it happened again.
Ooh. But it turns out that if your workplace has under 50 people, it can stay open. And apparently Big Brother Canada has under 50 people in the
Wow, the
workplace.
fact they're running this whole production on less than 50 people, and that must be
I
kind of
know.
strategic just in case it does happen
Yeah.
again, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But like that has got to be the bare minimum. The
Mm.
people running the show must be absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
Although, if you think about now compared to the past, there's probably a lot fewer cameramen inside any given Big Brother
Yeah.
house than there ever used to be.
It's kind of automated, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, it's gonna eventually it'll be the ultimate social distance in television because it already is pretty much like you're
Hmm.
contained in a bubble. It's kind of perfect for pandemics, really.
Or the circle.
Oh yeah, that's the ultimate one. You're right. Yeah, because they're
But
literally separate.
that's a boring show where no
Well,
one gets off with each other.
you say that, but actually, the UK one really kind of flew in that last series. Like a lot of people were into it, and James at Judy Girl Pod has been watching it as well. Like the Americans have come over because obviously they've got their own version too.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it, but my boss messaged me at work last week and said, "Please tell me that you're as obsessed with the
Oh
circle
no.
as I am."
Hmm.
We had a glitch there, didn't
You
we?
froze them.
Yeah, my boss said, "Please tell me
Was
you're
that was that
as
a no? You
obsessed."
haven't.
No, I haven't. What? Yeah, to which I said, I
Yeah.
haven't watched it,
Mm.
and he put the shock emoji.
Mm.
I said, I'm
If
more
it
about
was
people
that,
in the same room and on the same network.
mm, if that was a good show, I guarantee you, me and you would both be watching it. So that ain't a good show. The end.
Oh, do
That's
you
it.
know?
That's all. That's a good job you reminded me about the catch up stuff, because that was some good shit from like 2 weeks ago.
I also want to ask you: have you seen? And Alfie Sheldon's watching this, a show
Mm.
on the BBC called "This Is My House."
No.
Okay,
Go on.
so the concept is it's presented by Stacey Dooley,
Right.
and she goes round to this house, and at the house are four people all claiming to be the same person and claiming to own the house.
Oh, I saw this on Gogglebox.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, and then
I couldn't really understand the appeal. Explain it though for the listeners.
it's a really strange concept. So
Hmm.
it's kind of a game show. So these four people are playing for £1,000 if they wait. Is it if
If they
they
convince the person it's their house.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
If they convince them that it's their house. So there's a celebrity panel, and the celebrity panel stay in the "This Is My House," but they don't actually live there. But it's set up like a
Hmm.
Big Brother house, so it has cameras, the hot head rigged cameras. So it feels a bit like a reality show. They're all sitting in a living room
Hmm.
watching the clue packages. So it's got this like Gogglebox element, but it's a bit like Come Dine With Me, because four people are in a house trying to
Hmm.
outplay each other and convince everyone that this is in fact their house. And then before the end game, they have not the end game, before the celebrities have to decide whose house it is for real. The person whose house it is gets to eliminate one of the other four.
Hmm.
Did you get that? There's an elimination.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and then they have like three to choose from, and
Hmm.
the others are all actors. So it's quite fun. It's a really
I
silly
don't
show, but I like it.
I don't really get what the appeal of that show is.
It's part Come Dine With Me, part Gogglebox, part
Mystery, I
reality
suppose.
show, and it's a bit like
Hmm.
Masked Singer that you have to guess.
Guessing game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And what Alfie Sheldon told me was that the concept was actually created by Richard Bacon, of all
Oh,
people.
really?
Yeah.
I like Richard Bacon. I think he's quite hot.
Is he the one that did drugs and had to leave Blue Peter?
Yeah. He's actually like a really nice guy. I approve.
Yeah, I thought you might
So,
enjoy that show.
by the way, I'm not sure about that show. Have you? By the way, I just thought, have you got a side by side on this video?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Right. Should we actually? We still haven't started actually talking about these fucking episodes.
If you are listening on all of our platforms, you can watch on YouTube if you want. Have a look at us. This will end
Do it while
soon.
it lasts.
Hmm.
I know. I was said to Gaz today, should we actually meet outside and do this podcast? He was like, hell no.
No, hell no. Because if we start in the evening and we'll be sitting outside now, like
Well, Jack's sat outside drinking right now
probably next
at the
to some
pub.
sort of log burner or underneath an electric heater.
I guess so.
I might get a log burner. We'll keep it alight as a task.
Honestly, Gaz, when I move, I'm gonna make my garden like so
Brother
nice.
house.
I'm gonna make it like weatherproof and just like have a couch there, and I'm gonna make it really like
Ah.
an extra room in the house.
Can you put a screen in so that you can like do screenings outside?
Oh, that's a good idea. Like a projector.
Yeah, it can just be a sheet, to be honest.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
gonna
open
make it.
this because I've bit my nails.
Oh, come on, dear.
I've done it. I think I was supposed to be responsible for the nominations episode, so I made in-depth notes.
Okay, go on then. You talk us through it. I also made in-depth notes.
Well, I'm trying to pour a drink first.
Oh, okay. Well, this was the episode that started with the Nikki tribute.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got notes about the Nikki tribute, but it was pretty much the perfect tribute that you kind of knew Big Brother Canada would do. Like, I couldn't fault it. Arissa was brilliant. everything she said was spot on, and the images were like so good. It was like even the wedding to Joel with Marsha was in there. I
Mhm.
loved seeing that, and Nikki with the puppies, which
Mm.
a lot of Canadian, a lot of BB Can fans, I realized that's a standout moment for them when the
Mm.
puppies, the bulldog puppy came in.
Mm.
Um, I watched it before I'd seen the show because Alfie put it on Twitter, so I'd already seen it.
Mm. Mm.
You were a little bit concerned about whether you could take watching it, weren't you? And I said I thought you could. How did it go down?
Yeah, because it was um I, I I feel grateful for Big Brother Canada for actually doing that, because
Mm,
considering the way British TV has treated Nikki's death, which is appalling as far as I'm concerned, Big Brother Canada could have literally just put a black card up saying in
in
memory of
memory
Nikki
of,
Graham, and not done anything, and not had Arissa sat there, not had any of the clips or anything. So for Arissa to sit there and, be sort of informal and be very, very sincere in what she was saying, and for them to, take the time to put the clips together, and I just felt like it was very thoughtful and very kind and fitting. Whereas I
mm,
just feel like our media has, I mean, the fact of Nikki being such a big character anyway is a massive thing, and but also the fact of what she fucking died of, that's something you could actually help with. So why don't you
yeah,
fucking get someone on from a charity, get someone on from who, get a survivor on who's actually lived through this, and is okay now. If I there must be people who have conquered it, as
yeah,
difficult as it is. Give people a bit of hope. The fact that it was just glossed over, and especially in the shadow of this Prince Philip stuff, it just really got on my last nerve, to be honest.
yeah. I think I've been feeling the exact same way, but I've definitely not been watching as much TV lately because I knew that like most of the news coverage was Prince Philip, and I know that I'm
Mm.
kind of I've been waiting for something that is not going to come, and the next working day after the announcement, which came on Saturday, so on the Monday after last week, I guess it was last week, yeah,
Yeah.
last Monday, I was listening to Radio One, and the news beat did have a mention of Nikki, and it had an actress, I think, speaking about eating disorders and the lack of focus on that issue. I think there was like,
Mm.
I think she talked about how, this news could be very triggering for a lot of people. And I think she'd
Mm.
experienced eating disorders for herself. And that was the
Mm.
first thing that I heard. And I was like, okay, well, there is something being discussed out there in the news. And I honestly
Mm.
thought that I would be seeing more coverage from like this morning because 2 weeks prior, Nikki's mum was obviously on there, which you told me about, which I've now since watched because I hadn't watched it yet.
Mm. Mm.
Especially given that I think that show on the Monday was being presented by Alison Hammond,
Mm.
ex Big
And
Brother
Dermot.
housemate, Dermot O'Leary, ex
Mm.
Big Brother presenter, and also in
Mm.
part Josie, but Josie's kind of just the sort of competition person, isn't she? But
Yeah.
I really thought they would have done a call in and
Yeah.
had an expert on there, like maybe a health professional, a charity representative from definitely Beat
I,
over here or
I,
Mind
I still kind of think, are they planning it?
planning something, maybe.
They can't just let that just be got, especially after having her mum on. They can't just gloss over that, and also it's right up their street of mental health and all this. Be kind and all this. You know, it's a very important thing to talk about. So I don't see why when Jade died it was such a big thing, and Nikki dying is just like nothing. I
Well, I
don't
do
get
have a
it.
theory on this actually.
Hmm.
Like to us, this is as impactful as Jade dying, but to the
Mm.
wider public who literally watched Jade slowly die, because
Mm. That's true.
obviously Jade got married before she died, and that was all in the press. And she did a documentary that documented her death, basically, and the
Hold
press
on.
covered
Carry on. Carry on.
and the press covered Jade's decline with cancer day in, day out. So everyone was already kind of invested, like beyond Big Brother people. People were already kind of invested in what was happening with Jade and with Nikki. Although we knew the situation because the GoFundMe came out, and the This Morning audience obviously knew there was a problem because Nikki's mum went on and did the interview. Apart from that, people weren't really expecting this or weren't necessarily aware of it. And then, of course, it happened following Prince Philip's death, which was getting all of the coverage. So, did you hear all of this?
Yeah, I heard it all, and you're exactly right. Like, I messaged my best friend because we. Oh, do I sound weird? Does that sound okay?
No, perhaps slightly echoey, but I'm not sure. Get
Yeah,
your
it
echo
does
on a
sound
little
okay. Hold on. Oh, put my echo on. That's why. Yeah, I messaged my best friend because obviously we used to love Big Brother back in the day. Oh yeah, I still do. Shout out Helen
bit.
Wood. And she said she didn't even know Nikki was ill. So
No,
you're
well, people
right.
didn't.
Jade was really in the spotlight a lot more than Nikki was,
And the other thing
because Nikki
is
didn't be in the spotlight
because she
the way
couldn't
she
be.
was.
No,
No.
and I was gonna say the other thing is people aren't going out at the moment and buying the tabloids, and they're not buying the gossip mags, and
Mm,
I mean celebrity mags, which would
mm,
talk about this stuff. So I just feel like
mm.
a lot less people know. But then it's also strange because the other flip side is it feels like everyone we know is upset about it. Everyone
Yeah.
that we know on Twitter is upset about it,
Mm,
and people
mm,
across the world are literally floored by this news because
mm,
Nikki is known in obviously Canada now. Canada has an international audience in the US with Big Brother, and like the Big Brother audience is now so kind of like borderless that even June Song tweeted tributes to Nikki, and I wouldn't ever thought she would know
mm,
about Nikki.
mm. I'm more surprised that you knew who June Song was, to be honest.
I actually listened to a podcast with June Song,
Yeah,
I
June
think,
Song is actually pretty cool.
but
A boring season of Big Brother though. But
oh
no.
really? No, I thought it should have been good
Yeah.
because she had a really good storyline. Well, it's the
Mm.
background.
Yeah, but it
Um,
was just... Anyway, beside the point.
yeah,
I think
yeah, I
what
feel
hit
the
me with...
same as you, and I think what I'm really surprised about is This Morning. And my question is, or
Mm.
my thought was like, maybe the family are asking them not to cover it now.
Mm. But no, because they would want help for other people. I'm 100% sure of that, wouldn't they?
Mm, yeah, I guess.
I don't think so. I think because last week when we recorded our message about it, oh god, that's loud. Um, I think we're both in a bit of a state of shock, weren't we? And I think as the night went on, the thing that got me was Pete's message,
Yeah,
and just his raw grief was just... that was the thing that got me going.
yeah.
And I think it's a bit unbecoming the way it's become a bit of a slanging match with I saw her last and you didn't see her and you weren't there for her and blah 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 and all this, and it's like, I don't know, it's just not
Well,
about
it's
that, is
really
it?
only Michelle Heaton that's kind of been critical, but I did see obviously
And
Imogen's
I was talking about
post.
Ashleen as well.
No, that was me actually. I assumed that Michelle Heaton might have been talking about Ashley, and I was just theorizing. But I think that actually it might be about Pete. But um, yeah, Imogen posted on her stories that people have been saying that Nikki was alone, and she was never alone, and that the friends had a rota to like check in with Nikki, and
But her mum said she was alone.
yeah, well, terminal loneliness was the term that her mum
Mm,
used, wasn't it? No, the biggest shock for me actually, and I wish that I'd watched Nikki's mum's interview before, was that she said the gym's closing had such an impact because Nikki felt she could
mm,
manage her like food intake with using the gym. And the gyms
mm,
have been closed for the best part of the last year. And I
mm,
feel that. And um people made an argument for mental health and gyms being open and
Mm,
leisure centers and everything else, and it was kind of poo-pooed by a lot of people as not kind of a valid argument. But I think in this case, it's taken someone's life. Obviously, the
mm,
underlying condition is the ultimate culprit,
mm.
but unless it was the conditions that we were under, that it wouldn't have got to this.
I totally agree, and especially swimming pools like being shut into because I've gone swimming 3 times this week. Shout out,
Wow.
but but swimming pools being shut for, I mean, it's very hard to pass COVID on in a swimming pool, and
Mm,
gyms as well strike me as being very very clean and sanitized before you go on the equipment and stuff. So I don't get that either. I actually think with lockdown now in the UK, it's just total fucking overkill. I actually think it's just, and
mm,
I'm not a Minley, I'm not an anti-masker and everything. I just think it's just ridiculous. Just let's just fucking get back to living. Not that
yeah,
many people are dying now, and we're young, so I want to live my life and do stuff,
yeah.
not be on a fucking computer all day.
I understand it. I understand they had to take the measures and that lockdowns do work, but it's been so long now. And by the way, I've been dying to get back to the gym. Did I tell you that my gym isn't reopening?
Oh,
I know.
damn,
Well, I think
gone
because
bust.
I think probably because I think the brand operates like as franchises, and I think the franchise has folded. So they said, "Oh, it's opening soon under new management." I'm thinking, have you even managed to
Mm,
find that yet? Like, when's that going to happen?
mm,
So yeah, haven't
mm.
been able to go back to mine yet.
Oh, you could have joined a new gym.
Could have joined a new one.
Mm,
Well, I am with that company. You can go to any branch, so I can go actually to the one near you, to three other branches around, but they're all like 4 miles away. So it's a journey to
mm.
get there. So I haven't been able to go this week because I've been working, but I'm going to go this weekend,
You
and it is free.
you could come you could come to the one near me and then come see me.
What company is that? Oh, come to that my one near you. Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could. But the other one is my old gym, so it's like my old home gym. So I
Mm.
feel like I would like to go back there, but I might try that one out too.
Mm. Might as
We
well.
could meet in the park.
And then we can do the podcast.
Yeah, but it has to be on Saturday if we do it.
Okay.
We could.
So is there
Anyway,
anything
we're
else
talking
you wanted
about
to say about,
Nikki.
yeah, is there anything else you wanted
Um,
to say about Nikki?
yes, there is. I think a lot of people will be feeling will have been feeling in a similar way, and there was something in the tribute that Arissa said, which was basically like, even if you only knew Nikki through a TV screen, like she touched the lives of millions, even if only through a TV screen. And I
Mm.
thought, that made me feel like validated in my grief by Arissa. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like for
Yeah.
viewers, it was strange. It's strange to grieve for somebody who you've never met. Um,
I
it's an
don't
odd
think so.
no,
No, I don't, because people you never met, like entertainers and actors and singers, can mean a hell of a lot to you. I don't think it's strange at all. And also, that's like saying if, oh God, God forbid, Rowan or Lauren, fucking hell, why have I said that?
we have met
Died.
Rowan.
Oh yeah, we have met Rowan now. Sorry, Rowan, I forgot. Well, died. We like if Laurie died, we'd be absolutely devastated, wouldn't we?
But that's different because we have a line of communication with Laurie.
But we've never met her in the basest terms.
Yeah.
Laurie, take your vitamins.
What I'm saying is like someone who you don't really know. Like, and reality
No, I
TV
know
is
what you mean.
like obviously people do, like you say, get invested in people like musicians, for example.
Hmm.
And you feel like you know celebrities, and in reality TV you can feel like you know someone even more so because you get so much access to that person through
Hmm.
watching live feeds and watching them live.
Hmm. That's
Um,
true.
so
Yeah, they become like a friend who doesn't know they're your friend. Hold on, that's a stalker, I think. Oops.
something like that, yeah. Anyway, it felt strange to me to feel really very numb over this and to really be thinking about it all the time. I was thinking about Nikki a
Mm,
lot, and I was looking on Twitter at
mm.
what people were saying, and I found myself looking at her old Instagram. Even she has two accounts on Instagram,
Oh God,
And that's almost like, I don't know, what's
mawkish,
that? What?
mawkish,
What is
like
it?
sort of reveling in misery.
Yeah, maybe. Um, and I didn't actually cry about it, which I thought like I might, but I think I was more upset when I saw the pictures and I realized
Hmm. Hmm.
what was going on. But yeah, anyway, it's taken me the best part of a week to kind of get to a point where I'm not thinking about it all the time
Hmm.
and feel like I'm actually coming to terms with it now.
Hmm. Well, imagine how her family are feeling. It's just, I feel just so bad for her mum and everything.
Yeah, and one thing that stood out for me was Pete went on a few news programs and he talked about how he'd gone to see her and how he seemed so committed to the belief that just his love and support was enough to save Nikki. I
Hmm.
think that's why it was really
Hmm.
hard to see him realize that it wasn't.
Yeah. And I think Pete is quite a vulnerable character anyway, isn't he? He's obviously got his health issues and he's obviously, a bit of a druggie and everything. And no one becomes a druggie without a reason to become one, let's just say.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? He's quite a vulnerable character, I think. Um, and I just hope
Hmm.
people aren't being horrible to him because even if he hadn't seen Nikki and even if he hadn't seen her in 20, 15 years or 20 years, if your ex boyfriend dies or your ex girlfriend dies, you're still going to grieve and you're still going to be sad. Even if you had fallen out with them, even if it's still a shock, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's still awful. So I think
And
saying, "Oh, you weren't that close to it," fuck off. It's not a competition. It's not a competition of who knew someone best. It can still hit you really, really hard no matter what.
yeah, and I think it would be very petty to sort of come
Yeah.
for the connection that Pete and Nikki had, which was evident for everyone to see.
Mm,
And in that picture where he's gone to visit her and they're having a hug, Nikki looks so ill,
mm,
but she also looks very comforted just by the fact that he's
mm,
there, which I think
mm.
that's all that matters, really, isn't it?
And you know what Nikki was like with Pete, and you know what Nikki was like with Tim as well. There was just that sort of vulnerability and sweetness, and just oh shush, and just like that comfort that she took in them. Do you know what I mean? Just that
Like an
safe
immediate,
space,
yeah,
yeah, that
affin-
she had with them, and
affinity.
no one can ever take that away. So shut up, horrible. So
So
yeah.
into the episode,
Oh, one last thing about Nikki.
yeah,
Arissa said Nikki was an absolute original, which I thought was a great way of putting it.
and legend was used, the term legend, which I
Mm.
think
I'm a
rightly,
legend.
rightly used. Um,
Mm. God, we need to get through these fucking episodes. Jesus.
yeah, I know.
Come on.
So
These,
in the
mm.
intro, the intro guy said that the back door had sent Vic up the crick. I
At the crick.
think they
The
mean
creek,
creek.
isn't
I think they mean creek.
it?
I'm not sure. And they also referred to Terror as the Tiny Terror. The Tiny Terror swung back. Uh, Kiefer
Okay.
doesn't seem bothered to lose Victoria, who he
I
was
know. I was
supposed to be
annoyed about.
loyal to,
I
even
know.
in
I
the
was.
diary room. I noted.
Yeah, I was annoyed about that. And ironically, the same thing that happened to Victoria almost happened to Kiefer. And I thought he should have, learned his lesson from what just happened to Victoria.
It made me question: was Kiefer really invested in that with Victoria? Was that all play?
No, I think he
Because it
was
seemed
playing her.
it was he was playing her.
I think so.
Why would he not have let the audience in on that?
Mm, too busy bigging himself up in the bathroom mirrors.
um, I've got like observational notes. It's strange that even in the BB house they use a stovetop kettle.
Ah, that's like on BBUS, they do that as well.
I think it's just like a North America thing. It's like, can't you get a kettle
Mm,
you plug into the wall?
don't you remember Enzo saying like he wanted to make the tea in a saucepan, not use a teapot?
I witnessed
It
Braden
wasn't
doing that in one of the
manageable.
episodes this week. He had a tea bag in a saucepan.
Oh, what is this? The 1800s? What the fuck? Weird. You're not on alone. Relax.
Victoria was telling the Sonsays that Braden is working with Ro.
Victoria.
Yeah, it must have been a flashback.
All right. Oh yeah, it was a flashback. Right.
Beth said, there can only be one bad bitch in this house, and it's honestly me. Correct or incorrect?
I mean, bad as in bad TV. Yes. Actually, I've warmed to Beth a little bit. Although she's so
Oh,
annoying. I don't.
really?
No. Let me hear me out. Although she's so annoying, I do want to punch her in the face. Like at least she does try. And when I'm skipping ahead, but when Ty and Jed said, "Oh, we told Keith that he can stay," and she was like,
Oh, she's
"That
pissed.
I should have been." I thought she's right. That is like quite a little sly move of theirs there, and the fact
Mm.
she sticks up for herself. It's just the high kicks when she's excited. I can't with that. Stop. Just stop.
She does, yeah, it's the over enthusiasm, which is quite painful
Mm,
to watch.
mm.
Um, and this is where I've noted, also cut in if you've got anything more, that the gloating is awful. Even
Oh,
from, and I put even from Kiefer, apparently I was expecting more from him or less gloating. He
I
said,
mean,
mhm,
smug, just smug as fuck.
he said, whatever happens from here on out, we are the best alliance that ever played this game. Tell that to the pretty boys.
Tell that to Chilltown, the
The
Sovereign
Shield.
Six, the shit. Maybe not. Uh, who else? Quattro. Just in names. Faute.
Faute.
Good
Oh my
one.
god, I forgot about Faute.
It's a throwback.
Oh, Faute was good times actually. I did like that series. It was
Oh,
quite
I
good.
miss Caitlin. Caitlin
It's
is oh,
it's all about Caitlin not being able to get that head on that bloody puzzle.
oh good TV. You want good television? Put it there.
Tara said we're next to Tina, I think.
Mm,
Tina thinks she is maintaining a sense of presence with the Sunsetters. She said, I put good luck with that.
mm. Later on in the eviction episode, Ty said she's never done anything for us ever.
Never will. Yeah.
So that's how that story ended.
Kiefer was taking the credit for keeping Jedchon off of the block during the invisible
Oh,
HOH, and this was a blunder, would you not say? He
mm.
revealed that he
as soon
knew
as he
Victoria
as
was the
soon
invisible HOH.
as soon as he said it, I could just see, I just
I,
thought, it was like, you're not sure you should have said that, Keeper. Not,
and they basically went, "Why is he telling us this now? Like
mm,
he kept it from us."
mm,
Tara hates feeling like a fixture in the house that you can remove at
mm.
any given moment. But
Oh,
Tara, don't
like
you
the
know that
occasional table.
in the Big Brother house you can't move the fixtures and fittings?
Oh, oh my God, that's a good point. And if you do, you're subject to money coming out of your stipend.
They had this kind of like final whatever number it is meal section where it was like an emotional
Mm.
bit,
7?
and it kind of threw me off because they were using the same music they put on Nikki's tribute, which I'd really liked during the context of that, but it was just reminded me of that, and I
That's
thought,
not that's
don't
not okay.
reuse your tribute music.
If you can, that is not okay. And the fact you noticed that is they thought, oh, no one will notice. You did
Well,
notice
I
because
did notice that.
you were moved by it, and then you thought, hold on, I'm not as moved by this next scene.
No, exactly. It's not
Just
doesn't
people
have the same.
patting themselves on the back for making Final Seven.
Yeah. Oh, I've literally written here. It's distracting me, and it's just making me sad about Nikki all over again. So I've got no idea
Oh
what
God.
was said in that discussion around the table.
Yeah, they said that Jed and Ty have never been on slop. And Roe was on slop 4 weeks in a row.
4 weeks in a row
In a row, Han.
in a row show.
In a row, Han.
Tara was no, sorry. Beth was working out how to get Kiefer out. She said, by the way, it was day 42. He's the next Victoria. He's the next big thing. The next big thing.
Have you got this quote
He'd
that
like
Keith?
to think so.
I mean, no, never mind.
No,
Have you
go
got
on.
this quote written down that Kiefer said?
No, tell
Imagine
me.
actually saying this with a straight face. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I've been raised by a community, and now they're really getting to see the fruits of their labor. Imagine fucking saying that. It's just oh.
An entire culture and civilization was leading to this.
I could just imagine someone in Haida, what's it called?
Haida Gwaii.
Haida, going, oh, I think Keith's a right twat. Just because we live in the same town, don't mean I actually like him. I just Kiefer is just so so worthy and so rates himself and so thinks he's the favorite and but I do admire his gameplay staying off the block some fucking how.
I know.
You gotta admire that. Kiefer to win.
This is the thing. People are now all over the place saying Kiefer deserves to win, and you kind of can't dispute that. But when he was gloating so bad this last week, it was really annoying me. So I put that out there on Twitter, and people were coming to me going, "Oh, you brew, you're being so mean." And
oh fuck that.
So
Twitter,
that's a little harsh.
so...
That's a little harsh. You know the Canadians, they're soft. They are soft.
Did you notice I said that to you today on Twitter? Did you catch that?
Yeah,
I said that's a bit harsh.
It's a bit harsh.
Twitter, God, you need to calm down. Is it your time of the month or something? Fuck you know. Relax.
Yeah, so
the next big thing. Oh yeah, I've written I wouldn't go that far after that comment. Hold on. Beth then did a push-up on the storeroom floor.
Oh yeah, like just the one.
This is the one.
Just the one, wasn't it? She was like getting all like pumped. What?
Was that what it was? I was just thought, what on earth is going on here?
She was like pacing back and forward.
Regimen. God. Yeah, she is annoying. Did you see that thing Alfie sent about Jed's sister saying she didn't like Beth?
Yeah, I do remember that discussion.
Yeah, that's good.
Something about IGTV or something, an IG Live.
Latoya and saying she wouldn't go to the wedding. I don't think there's going to be a wedding. We're all good.
Better come to that.
No.
Does this help my audio, by the way? I just reposition my mic.
Yeah, you were a bit quiet.
So Tara was trying to manifest her win on the death of on the anniversary of her brother's death.
Never have I seen a brother's death milked so much than when Austin Armacost was in that house.
I was going to say, yes, you have. And I didn't realize you were referring to that.
Everyone, I want to have a toast to my brother. Who was it who refused to go out and do the toast?
Wasn't it Chloe Jasmine, wasn't it? Was it Chloe Jasmine? Because she's a teetotal or something.
Austin Armacost like, you disrespect my brother like this.
I mean, that was good TV. He was passionate. He really was passionate.
Yeah, Tara was literally non-stop about her brother, which like I got to win the HH for my brother. She's like, I got to win the veto for my brother. This HH is for my brother. It's like fucking hell. You know, give him a break.
Also, don't put that pressure on yourself because if you do, and then it fails, that's even harder to take.
Which it did with the ball pit competition.
Yeah, it did. Which was called Ball Pit Blitz. Ball Pit Blitz.
Ball Pit Blitz.
Did you notice that the
next X Factor?
The music alike sounded like Ballroom Blitz?
Oh no, it did not.
It really did. And
I see what you're doing there.
I really want a compilation of that kind of sounds alike music that BBCAN use. The Eminem one I like.
Just look on royalty free. Ding, 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 ding. You gotta lose yourself.
They still use that one.
Yeah, they always use it when there's a rock about to kick off. So quite often this week. I like this comp. It was good, wasn't it?
It was cool to see the ball pit come into like its full potential. Game. Yeah.
So you had to fill up your arrow with balls, but you could also put balls in a tube belonging to your enemy with an X on, and that would get them out of the game if they weren't careful. I didn't know how
But I
to end
think,
that sentence.
yeah, I think
Ended
that
it like that.
the X balls just kind of like were deducted from the total balls.
Oh,
Once you
okay. I
filled up
thought
your
it.
arrow, you could start putting them in your overflow basket.
I thought it was once the tube was filled up, you were out.
No, you could carry on.
To be fair, this comp is a bit unfair if you're in a minority alliance and then all the people in the majority alliance target you. Tara
Well,
actually
which is
had a
literally
right
what
to be
happened.
pissed off. Hmm.
She
And
did.
also, it is an athletic comp. It's not going to favour the Tinas and Terras of this world, is it?
No, definitely not. Which they knew going into it. But Terra is kind of borderline athletic, I would say. She has a
Okay.
workout routine and she's very slim in shape.
Yeah, but she's skinny, but she's no Jed or Ty, is she? In
No.
more ways than one. Don't you think this was a bit of a health and safety hazard with all these balls flying everywhere?
They all spilled out of the room into the living area, didn't they?
That ain't right. That's a
But,
self safety issue.
you know, those balls, they're not very hard. If you do step on them, they just squidge.
Mm,
So, was it mean to illuminate?
Illuminate
That's my
your ring light.
autocorrect. Eliminate Terra when she wanted to win the HOH for her brother.
It was, but apparently, oh no, it's um, it was, but at the same time, all's fair in love and war.
Right. I didn't push you on that one because I thought, oh god, this is borderline.
No,
One
it
Yaga,
wasn't that.
go on.
It wasn't that bad. I was going to say, apparently, her brother was actually on Ty and Jed's side. Word just in from heaven.
This is my own strategy. I would have put those balls into my shorts, wouldn't you?
Were you allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Trying to hold them, it's kind of like you can't hold. There's only so many balls you can hold.
You'd know better than me. No, you wouldn't. You'd know the same amount. However,
well,
maybe not. Depends what day of the week it is. That's a very scurrilous thing to say because I'm sure we're both not getting any action.
Speak for yourself, but think of it.
Jack ain't even here, so I think the lockdown's getting to us all. Normally, when he comes back, it's decent.
Okay, good. Oh god, shall we move along?
I've got to let the cat out. Can you carry on talking, or should you have pause?
I'm gonna pause because I'll take this opportunity to have a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a wee and top up my.
My favorite part of this competition was, apart from Tara going mad, obviously, was when Braden found a pair of glasses and goes, "Whose are these?" And everyone's like, "Oh." He takes them out to Keith and goes, "Are these yours?" And Keith goes, "Oh, yeah." Like, weird. Like, how are they in there? Kind of thing.
Were they broken? Were they broken or not? I couldn't tell whether he
No,
said they were or weren't broken.
I don't think so.
I was confused about the overflow basket.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. I mentioned the overflow basket already.
I wasn't sure what that was.
When your arrow is full, you go into your overflow basket.
Right.
So the comp isn't
Why?
over. You just keep going until the time's done.
Until the time's up. Okay.
Because
wouldn't it be better just if your arrow's full, you've won?
Well, the idea was that your overflow basket could possibly compensate for your X tube.
Oh, I see.
So your tube of X balls could have been cancelled out by your basket.
Got yeah. Another overly complicated BB Canada competition. Got ya.
I can't believe I just mentioned X tube.
Oh, you commented, I noticed in a tweet about the tie-dye cords.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I like
I
them
like the
too.
outfits. Also, it was reminiscent of the walls of the ball pit room, which has got those arrows drawn.
Oh yeah, the
His
black and
white
white
was an arrow
arrows.
in black and white, like pen, and
Mm.
their costumes were black and white too.
Nice. Did you like Kiefer's commentary on the competition? Like, oh, Ty, you look like you get good cardio in. And oh, Beth, have you been working at that? Was actually what pushed Tara over the edge when he said one last thing to her, and she's just like,
Oh, really? I didn't
yeah,
notice that.
yeah. Um,
What have you got anything that she was saying? I've got is like she said, "Wow, it's a joke. Put my ass on the block," and she was calling them a bunch of cowards.
she
To which
said
Kiefer
it's
said, "Don't call me a coward."
that was so funny. She said it's pretty hard when it's 5 against 1, cowards. And then she went, whoever Jed is sitting next to has got my vote. Did she say that? I think she said that.
No, I
And
actually
then
think
she
she was
said,
saying that Jedson had a vote. I think she was saying that's what I took from it,
yeah,
but I'm not sure.
yeah, yeah, no, that's what I said.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay. Whoever he's sitting next to, Jedson has her vote. Sorry, I thought you meant whoever sits next to Jedson has a vote.
yeah, I'm not sure I have that right. Anyway, regardless, I would say. Tara said, "Put my ass on the block," and when she said "coward," and when Kiefer said that, "Don't call me a coward," it's like, bitch, you're not even playing. What the fuck?
Plus, she's
That
not
was so
talking to you.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he was like defensive on behalf of the boys, which is quite hilarious considering what they did to him next.
He's
Did you see the
basically
anger
that's
on his
just
face?
the definition of scene stealer. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna pick up this one. Don't call me that.
Oh, he was fuming, and he went, "Oh, I'm the only one out here. I'm the only one who you're talking to." She went, "I'll say it when they come out." But when they come out, she didn't say as much, I thought, as what she said. Did you think? It
I
wasn't
didn't
as
notice.
intense. Yeah, she
She
calmed
said,
down.
we didn't stand a chance, Tina. We never stood a chance.
Oh, yeah. When Kiefer said, "Don't call me a coward," she went, "Are you playing this game?"
She did actually say, you guys, you can't win as a team, right?
Mm, mm. And then Kiefer went, "I'm going to win this game." He was furious. He was like, "I'm going to win this game." And she went, "No, what did she say? Not sitting next to him, you won't." And he went,
Mm.
"Yes, I will."
Yes, I
I'm glad
will.
Kiefer's still there now. It's like,
I'm,
yes, I will.
I'm glad Tara's still there. You didn't think Tara was good TV. I told you that girl was good TV.
The difference is, Gaz, you said you liked her. Good TV and
I
liking someone,
do.
as our friend on Twitter said earlier, are two different things. So you like her. What you like her as a you want to hang out with her.
Wait a minute. Tara Stan over here.
Stop. Stop. Carry on. Dig
I
your
want to hang.
grave.
If I want to hang out with, it doesn't mean I want to hang out with her.
Hmm.
But like, I can like her in the show because she's like good television.
Good television.
Television.
On a scale of Helen Wood to Brian Dowling, where would you put Tara?
Um, around about a Chloe Wilburn.
I can't even remember who that was. I remember the name. Is it that woman who got kidnapped?
Not a tear was shed.
Oh, her. No, I like Tara better than her.
No, I do as well. I do too. I'm just trying to think of a sort of niche Big Brother UK housemate to put in
Yeah.
between them.
No, that's a
Um,
good one off the top of your head.
um,
Showbiz.
I mean, I don't think I want Tara to come back necessarily. She's no Caitlyn, but amongst these,
I think you'd be all right.
amongst this cast, she's providing a little bit of friction, which is needed.
Mm, yeah.
She's a very light friction though. Let's be honest. She's no Min Lee, is she?
I wouldn't say that she's light. The way she was carrying on, it was like, whoa. It's like, calm down. And she
What's
went,
interest? What's interesting is how people create friction differently. Like Tara seems to be taking it too seriously in a way, and
hmm,
that's how it comes across. But like with Min Lee, she was like, she knew she was being controversial. You get like different flavors of like resistance and controversy in housemates, don't you?
hmm.
And I feel
Don't
like this is quite
stop
a pure.
mentioning Min Lee. She is a problematic person who you're not allowed to mention anymore. She's been cancelled. The end.
I think this cast is quite a pure cast, don't you think?
Hmm. Yeah, on the whole.
No one's
There
really
was no
there to make a name for themselves or to be a character necessarily.
apart from Victoria.
Maybe.
I mean, Victoria was the villain of the season, and she was such a good villain. She's like a cartoon villain, wasn't she?
No, Rohan was the villain.
Rohan was nothing. He was literally nothing. So Tara said to Kiefer, they will cut you next. And he said, they're not going to get a chance.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
Prophetic. I love that exchange between them because she was fuming. He was fuming. You could tell he fucking hates her. He was like, his eyes were wild and she was like fuming. And he looked genuinely angry at the thought he wasn't going to win. I was like, ooh, it's good.
So,
Then the others come back out, didn't they?
yeah, well, basically, Tina and Tara kind of dropped out, didn't they? They just
Oh
kind of
yeah, what the
admitted
fuck?
defeat.
That's not good. Keep
Well,
playing till the end.
sometimes you just know it's a lost cause, don't you?
I disagree with that mentality. There's always a way. Never give up. That's what Gary Busey said. Actually, I think that was Woody Harrison, but still. Same season.
um, Jedson was the
Oh,
winner.
speaking of which, what about
Yes,
James Jordan's hair? I think we need to give that an honorary mention.
absolutely disgusting. Absolutely fantastic.
If you haven't seen James Jordan's hair, look it up. It's worth it. Lorcan's got a tweet about it.
Where did you get that
Sorry,
picture from? Someone sent it to you.
Lorcan. Lorcan says
I'm sure I saw someone else using that picture on Twitter, which wasn't
it
Orkin.
was Lorcan. It was Lorcan. Oh,
No,
really?
someone else using his picture, like the exact same one from the TV.
Oh. And then when they come back out, Tara said, "You crushed it 4-against-1," and she said Jed has never touched the block. Maybe
True.
this week.
Jedson said to Tara afterwards, I'm a competitor and I've dealt with that my whole life.
Hmm.
Imagine the struggle of being a strong competitor. Poor Jedson.
How? Hold on. How is that a bad thing in life? Like,
Oh,
what
you
sort of
know,
problems could he have run into being the competitor?
people
Losing the pub
always
quiz?
losing it. No, winning it. Oh,
Oh,
being a
winning it.
competitor.
Oh,
Oh, you mean being a competitor? I think he meant like, I'm a winner, basically.
okay. Um, Tara said we never stood a chance,
Got anything else from the
and
comps?
Tara.
Because I'm moving on to Braden
No, I'm
brewing a
moving on.
tea.
I've moved on. Tara said you can't win as a team. But what Jed said next was right. You have to have a team. You have to have an alliance to win. You have to have the numbers to win. It's not an individual game. It's not your personal game information. It's a alliance who wins the game.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah, and they're called the Sunsetters.
Mm.
Beth was bitching about Braden having done nothing in the bedroom, I think it was. And then he walked in. Do you remember
Beth
what she
probably.
said?
Oh yeah, she changed that subject quick. That was
I'm
good
like,
strategy. I liked it.
hi, darling. Like we're just talking about
Oh
scenarios,
yeah, she
whatever.
said,
I
"Hey,
don't know.
sweetheart."
Sweetheart was it?
Yeah,
Um,
I like that.
was a strong week for people walking in when they're being talked about. It
Hmm.
happened a few times.
What were you thinking about the sauce and the sauce or whatever the fuck it is?
Ah, okay. So is that around now? I can't remember.
Yeah, I've got it here.
Hang on, I
The
think
isosceles triangle.
yeah, they're called
Sorry,
the
go on.
isosceles, right? They
Hmm.
called themselves that because they were a love triangle, and now they're calling
Hmm.
themselves the sauce. But I thought they were
Hmm.
saying the sauce.
But on the did you see on the intro tonight? It said the sauce.
Said the sauce, but it is actually the sauce.
Hmm.
The sauce was dumbing it down for the idiot general public
Right, like you.
because they would be confused if they saw it on the screen. They'd be like, "Oh, sauce, we don't know what it means."
Like when they spelt the shield with a Y.
Did they?
Yeah.
But apparently on Twitter they're saying sauce. I think so. They went with it. I think that's what our intel told us today.
And they spelled the brigade with an A. Brigade. That is weird because it looks like Bragade.
Brigade.
That was Enzo's alliance. Honestly, watching that, I finished that season now that I was watching with Jack with Enzo. And Enzo was like a zealot, a religious zealot for the brigade. He was just brigade, 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 brigade. Just like Enzo, relax, and then he come third. It's like whatever. Just calm down, Enzo. At least he got second in BB22. Another.
See, second, God.
Yeah, don't you remember Cody cut Nicole Franzel when she was weeping? I said, I can't even look at you right now.
No, I don't.
Guys, you don't remember anything about BBS.
Tina was trying to convince Jed to get Brayden out. Jed was talking to Tara.
I've written fake Eminem music here, so we're on the same page.
Jed was talking to Tara over.
Yeah, this is the bit we just did. This is the bit we just did.
Jetson took Tara for the Wendy's.
He
got a video from, I think, his little sister.
Do you
remember that?
No.
Okay.
Hold on, the Wendy's. We have not even had the HOH reveal yet. Where he got a letter from his dad.
Yeah. If there wasn't much of note because it's not in mine.
Hold on. Well, let's stop and see what I've put. Are Jed and Beth the new Gillian and Emmett?
Jemmett.
That's a question. Jemmett. Oh yeah, and then Tara was kissing up to Jed and going, "Oh, you know, if you're at the end, I'm going to vote for you no matter what." And then Jed goes, "Oh, well, it paints a bit of a target on my back. You saying that?" It's like she's like saying something nice to you, and you're being. I just think Jed's a douche. I just don't like him. I'm Team Ty. Although Ty is absolutely useless. Ty, it's like Bray off for being useless. Ty and Bray have both won absolutely nothing between them.
Incorrect. Ty's won one competition.
Oh, did he? What did he win?
The sword in the stone thing.
Oh,
Veto.
I take it back. Brayden is the most useless.
Yeah, confirmed.
I forgot about the sword in the stone. That was just last week. Oh, and
props
Jed
to me for remembering something.
Well done. And Jed got a letter from his dad.
Right. Didn't his dad put some shade in there, I think?
I've not got that. Oh, yeah. Oh, now we're on to where you are. I had loads in between there, but it wasn't that interesting.
I think actually you said you would noting this one in depth, so I made light notes. I think that's what I've just realised.
Right.
I've come in and gone, oh yeah, I'm leading this one. And we've probably missed all the gold that you'd written down. Sorry about that.
No, it wasn't that interesting. Hold on. Kiefer said Bray is a good competitor and he's been the top 2 or 3 in every competition. And I said, has he? Just goes to show no one remembers the second man on the moon. Laughing at my own joke there. Oh yeah, then we've got the Wendy's. I've put looks like a decent portion of fries they get, but is that just if you're on TV or when you order with?
Oh yeah, they probably put a few more in. Like that one's going to the BBCAN house. Put some more in, so it's generous. Get some more orders in.
And then Tara was slating Tina. She said her name never gets said. She doesn't have to fight to protect me. And Jed said it's not a done deal. Brayden was trying to find out if Tara was after Keith. Jed said she didn't pitch a thing. Oh, that was it. He didn't want to give Kiefer any of the information. He was like keeping stum.
He didn't want to give Brayden the information, you mean?
Oh.
Brayden came up and was like, "Oh yeah, you know what's Tara saying?" And he was like, "Oh yeah,
right.
you know, kind of nothing."
I'm getting confused between the different tagalongs to the triangle.
Jetson basically revealed that he knew that Brayden was basically mining for information when he came up in the dive room. He said that. Tara and Jed were chatting about getting Keith out. Do you remember anything from that conversation? Got any notes on
that? No.
I think it's the whole if you're not going to cut him now, when you're going to cut him discussion, which has been coming around. Guess what happened? And they were having this conversation.
Kiefer walked in?
Yeah, Kiefer walked in.
So then Jed put up Tara and Tina. He said Tara was
TNT.
emotional and a wild card. And he said Tina's interactions with him have been very service level, which I thought was interesting.
Surface or surface?
Oh,
Surface, not service.
that makes more sense now.
She's just like bringing him cups of tea, like asking if he wants his bed linen changed.
And then he said, boom goes the dynamite because of TNT, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. So that was that.
And roll straight into Power of Veto episode.
Unless you need another drink.
I don't. I'm nursing this one
No,
because
okay.
it's not going down so well.
Why? What's the problem?
I just don't like it today.
Save them for me. When I come around, they'll all be gone.
Yeah, there's maybe 3 left.
Hmm.
I'll get a bottle of something decent for myself next week. So, who's got the main notes on this one?
I've took
Me.
notes on everything, so
Okay.
okay, go on, you go on.
In the intro, Kiefer said, "You're a legend now. Nobody's gonna forget you," he said. Are we gonna forget Kiefer come this time next year?
Kiefer is probably one of the people I would actually remember. To
Yeah, I
be
think you're
honest,
right.
that haircut is unforgettable. I
Tara,
said
go on.
Kiefer was getting the Victoria cocky edit, but without the charm. Like Victoria was like getting that cocky edit, but we were like loving it. But Kiefer was getting that cocky edit, and it was just like it wasn't landing as well.
Mm. Tara was dressed as Shania Twain. Tina in the diary room said, "I'm not going home. Not yet."
Did you notice she looked like she was reading that off a card in the corner? She's like, "I'm not going home, not yet." It's like, okay.
I think
So,
that's just Tina, you know. She takes a little while there
oh, it looked like a bit of a hostage video.
to process her thoughts.
Where are you at on the block?
Oh, what are you at? That's my catchphrase. Yes, that's my catchphrase there.
You can't even remember her catchphrase.
No, I was just taking the piss out of her long pauses. uh,
Yeah, she's not exactly TV dynamite, is she? Bless her. Despite the TNT moniker.
what does this mean? Odds versus numbers. Oh,
Yeah,
something that Ty came up with that even confused him.
uh,
It's
Ty
like,
is not the
it's the odds
sharpest tool in the.
versus the
He's.
numbers.
I think Ty's just a pretty face, to be honest. Don't you? I don't think what is urban planning. Probably like those benches that tramps can't sleep on with spikes on.
Ouch. Or
Yeah,
those,
literally.
those like, do you ever see those chairs that are around on the street and they're made out of like
Mm.
metal and they're kind of like
Oh,
just
they have the thing in the
askew
middle.
that you can pull up a chair, but they're fixed to the to the ground.
Yeah, it's all
Looks weird.
anti-homeless technology to like keep them away from great, the Queen and shit like that. Her Majesty.
Jed is in
Honestly, what?
power, and so is
Mm,
Beth, said Tara, I think.
mm.
Tara trying the I'm good for Beth's game play.
Oh yeah,
How many girls have come to Beth now and said, "Look, I'm your key to getting further in this game"?
yeah,
I think Austin has done it.
yeah,
Victoria, I think, might have done it too.
yeah.
And now Tara is bringing the look, the boys are going to cut you. And Beth has
Mm.
the, oh, yeah, they're making a good point, diary room. And then it doesn't happen.
Tara said, "You're the strongest player in this game," and Beth said, "I know."
I know.
What a bitch.
Okay, Beth. Okay.
Yeah, then Beth's like, yeah, I think Tara's like, making some good points, and this should take that on board. Blah 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 blah. Nothing,
Mm-hmm.
as you said.
Tara playing for second place.
Oh
Who said
yeah,
that? Why? I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Tara's,
Oh, she's playing for second place, basically. This is our
yeah,
argument.
Tara's like, just take me along as the goat,
I'm a
basically.
stay-at-home mom. If I get 20 grand, I'll be happy. So apparently second place gets 20 grand. I didn't realize that.
It's not the best, is it?
Do they get a barbecue
Um,
from Weber though? No.
no, they don't. Roe got that, I think.
Let's hope
Don't
Tara can afford it to buy one for her husband out of that 20 grand.
you, don't you think that Beth has actually played a better game than Ty? Definitely than Ty, but debatably than Jed as well.
Has she won anything? She won one HOH.
Yeah, she got Victoria out.
Oh yeah, she did.
Spicy V out.
I think that remains to be seen. They've all played as a kind of a conglomerate to now, and
Nice.
now it's who makes the move because they've been such
Mm,
a single entity. I can't really separate their games from one another. Admittedly,
mm,
the only one that hasn't won HOH is Ty, so on paper, Ty
mm,
is the weaker player. But as
mm.
for Beth and Jed, they're one of the same as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Fair enough. Let's see what Tara thinks.
BB on Blast does gameplay analysis right here.
Right here, right now. Tara is pressing the right buttons here, stroking Beth's ego and playing into her biggest fears.
She said,
And
"You
then
have to
Beth was
know."
talking to herself.
Sorry, she said, "You have to know
Go
that
on.
I am your best shot at 100k at the end of the day."
Hmm. And then afterwards, I think after Tara went, Beth said, I'm not getting carried. I don't want to be looked at like I'm carried. And she said, I don't just want a boyfriend who lives halfway across the country.
Halfway across the fucking country, I think she said.
Oh. So then Beth went up and told Jed what Tara said straight after. um,
Jed was freaking out. He said, "I don't want anyone." Oh yeah, he said, "I don't want anyone to get in your head because I should be in there," which was very creepy. I thought
that's not good.
showmances always
But
come off creepy at the end.
do you think Beth would cut Jed?
She should.
Do you think she will?
After what she said in the OLG room, possibly.
I think she could. And you know what? There's not really a what's the word I'm looking for? A standard for it. I've never ever seen the woman cut her showmance at the end. I've seen it happen the other way around, where the guy cuts John Hardy cut Nedda,
Yeah.
and I think it was Drew who cut Diane in BBUS 4 or something. Something like that. But I've never ever seen the woman cut the guy at the end that I can remember, and I would like to see it.
I think Beth knows that it's the only way, really.
Mm.
But given that Sunsetters did not get rid of Kiefer this week, although Beth was kind of pissed about it, actually, I think Beth will. I feel like she's got the willpower to do
I,
it.
I think she will as well. I hope she does, but she is a big fan of the flim flam section, so you just never know. Then we had the veto comp, which was happening early in the episode, which I thought was a good sign for future drama. And it was the TikTok veto comp. What did you think of this?
I have something about the player pick actually. So it's an interesting part of the player pick for the
Go on.
POV. Tara got house guest choice, and she picked Kiefer in order to not expose that she's working with Beth, that she has something in the background with Beth, which obviously to me showed that Tara thought that was going somewhere, that she had
Hmm.
Beth like in her not pocket,
Hmm.
but like it was something that was actually going to
A
happen.
real thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Braden was the only one that couldn't play in this at the
Hmm.
end of it. So carry on about the TikTok competition. What did you think?
Oh, you know my thoughts on TikTok. I think it's stupid. It was just an excuse for them to show TikToks that I don't want to watch. I don't want to see someone do a magic trick. I don't want to see someone do a dance. I don't want to see someone topple over dominoes or some shit like that. not interested. But what did you think of the actual way they did the competition? Good or
Brilliant. I thought it was all brilliant. I absolutely loved this
oh,
competition. I thought it
okay,
was
over to you.
one of the best ones they've done so far.
Really? Okay.
It was called, no, I don't know what it was called. It was called the TikTok
What was so
sponsored
good? What was
competition.
so good? What was so good about it?
Um, I thought that the whole like rounds concept and someone being knocked out made it all the more tense.
Hmm.
So the first round was this blindfolded stacking of these blocks.
That looked hard.
Bear in mind, they watched these TikToks like the day before. I wouldn't remember the order of those shapes on those blocks.
No.
Ty failed miserably. He couldn't get them to like balance, could he? So they kept toppling over.
Is that the
Um,
urban?
yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a building that he's planned. Um, if Kiefer wins, he will take Tina off to backdoor Braden.
Okay.
That was the plan that was going on. So I've written in
Mhm.
brackets. So that won't happen now because they've said it, they've shown him state it in the diary room. You just know. Um, Tara was in the lead of that first round.
Mm.
The second round was a slop cookie thing. So they had a recipe for slop cookies on a TikTok. They had to root around that bowl of slop, find the measurements, but they were also converting them from
Oh
imperials
yeah,
to
metric.
metric.
Mm.
So that was even
So
harder.
was someone actually on TikTok doing a recipe for slop then?
Somebody made cookies. Maybe they asked them to do a slop cookie recipe because TikTok
I was
is
gonna, I
heavily linked with this series. So
was gonna say that's
presumably,
a bit niche for them to pick up on that.
yeah. Um, Tara won that one again, followed by Tina, and Beth was
Mm.
eliminated. So then it came down to Tina and Tara, which was kind of for a viewer the perfect
I was happy
stand
for them.
standoff. Is that what we call it? A standoff?
Yeah, I was happy for
Showdown,
face off. Hmm.
face off. Yeah. And this one was kind of the most fun, I think. So someone had
I
like
like
done a
that one.
TikTok where they had pots and pans and they put a ping pong ball bouncing across them. Uh, so those steps with the sort of platforms, I thought that was really well
I like that.
constructed. Like it looked
Mm.
pretty slick, and it was really
It's
tense
good.
watching them try and it fail and then adjust a bit.
Yeah,
I found it
it,
the most
it
tense competition yet.
it's good because it's like you're invested in it, and it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's I don't know, but it's not athletic.
Tangible.
It's yeah, it's not athletic, but it's engrossing, and it's like a kind of like a almost like a mental comp, isn't it? Because you've got to get the angle right and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It's like it's actually a strategic comp, having to get the angles right and stuff. And yeah, I did enjoy that part. I must say, the rest of it, I was completely lost.
I honestly thought that's kind of like as product placement goes, they've done a very good job of intertwining TikTok videos with a competition. Like it'd been
Yeah.
pulled off pretty slickly. I don't think I've
Mm.
seen such good product placement competition since Dimitri's was dressed as an Oreo trying to soak up that milk.
Insert name here.
Oh, and that one. That was good.
And the award for best product placement goes to TikTok. That's at the BBCAN Awards later in the season.
The last awards
Um,
next year.
who will be queen of the balls? Um, yeah, I was happy that Tara won, and I thought, let's put a fly in the ointment.
I was so happy that Tara won that I was like,
Hmm.
yes, I did it. Yes. I came up, my inner football hooligan came out. My big brother hooligan came out and I went, yes.
I like that, the Big Brother hooligan. That'd be a good Twitter name.
I've just lost my
So,
place in my notes. So
hold on, I found one. Jed was threatening to put Kiefer up jokingly, and I've put Big Brother Canada being too obvious with their editing here, and Keith going, I want to be potentially one of the greatest BB players of all time. It's just like, oh, come on. Um, Braden was sitting on his own, bitching, lying on a couch. I've said these people talk more to the cameras than they do to each other, especially Victoria did. Jed said about putting Keith up, he said many times he's going to win this game. And then Kiefer was twitching a bit, I thought. Oh, yeah. And then Tina had a quiet word with Kiefer, didn't she?
About don't joke with Jed Chon about winning.
Hmm. She said, stop. Go on, do your
Stop
Irish
that.
accent.
Stop doing that.
Stop boasting about your game wins.
What do you
You think
at, Kiefer?
you think there's a chance you're going to go up, young Kiefer? He's like, nah, no chance or so. She's like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? He's like, nah. And then he was like, oh, shit. I want.
Do you know what I really enjoyed? The moment where Jed brought to Ty the possibility that they could backdoor Kiefer.
Oh, yeah. And Ty was like,
Ty was like mind blown, like, oh my
yeah,
god, we could. Like, this
he
is gonna
was.
be amazing. Like, oh my god, this has never
You
occurred to
could,
me.
you could literally convince Ty to do anything and he'd just be like, okay, yeah, come this way, come onto this alien spaceship and come and have your organ services. Like, oh, okay. Bless him. That was nice of Tina to give Kiefer that advice, though, don't you think? She doesn't have to.
Well, you know, Kiefer and Tina have quite a special relationship because they came in
Oh, the
together.
day one.
They're the
Since day
captains, you
one.
know.
Oh, the captains of Team Defender and Team Destiny. Those two teams that went to war for the entire season. Or the first few days.
Best part of a week, yeah. So now the Big Brother revealed that somebody had to sleep in the ball pit, which we
Mm.
thought all along was the have not room. And it's not really the have not room, is it? There is no have not room.
It also wasn't really sleeping in the ball pit.
Ah, you're right, because there was a bed constructed. That must have been very high
Mm.
stilts that was on.
That was weird. I don't really get the point of that.
So it was hide and seek,
Hide and go seek.
hide and go seek. The winner of the hide and seek, who is obviously the person who got discovered last, got to pick who went to sleep in the ball pit, and it was Beth that won, and she picked Ty to sleep underneath the dinosaur covers.
Oh, I love it when Beth wins things. Ah, my kick. Why are you leaning back? It's too sure.
Just repositioning.
No, my
So
legs got.
Braden tried to put a target on Kiefer. Braden's been a bit transparent this week, I think. It's been. I mean, of course, he has to make the play. He's got no other choice, but it's just like you're not really part of that alliance, and
No.
you know it, and they know it, and we know it.
Yeah. Yeah. But where else can Braden go? He's not got that many options now, has he?
No, he has no choice. But also, it
Mm.
just comes across as a little bit, well, not so genuine because of that.
Mm. Mm.
It's a last resort, isn't it? You have to do what you
Yeah.
got to do.
Yeah.
Kiefer was telling Ty that he had chances to take shots at the Sunsetters.
I was just like, these retrospective threats don't work, do they? It's like, well, I could have done this and I could have
Mm.
done that. It's like, that's like your boyfriend going to you, well, I could have cheated on you that time. It's like, well, you didn't, did you? So more for you. I had that
Yeah,
chance.
it was a weird. It was a weird play.
It's stupid. It's a stupid play.
It's kind of trying to make them believe they're indebted to him for something that he
Yeah,
didn't do and was never really a possibility.
that never works. That just don't work as a play, in my opinion.
This is my
He
bit about
said,
the sauce and the sauce here. Carry on.
he said, I want to be taken out by a sunsetter, but not while there are three other people in the house. Why does he want to be taken out by a sunsetter? Why doesn't he want to win?
Because he wants them to go to the final four, and that's when they're allowed to start like taking shots at each other. Like at the moment, it's like parlay. You can't
Hmm.
possibly take a shot at the sunset at the moment.
Hmm. I see.
Hmm.
And then Kiefer said, Jed isn't looking me in the eye. And I said, probably because of your socks and sandal wearing. And then Kiefer walking around looking defeated didn't really help. Oh, yeah. And then Beth broke the news, didn't she? Keith was like, oh, what's going on? And Beth was like, I think the boys are going
Oh,
to
yeah.
me. What a bitch. She really fucking enjoyed that, didn't she?
I've written, why is Beth telling Kiefer that he's the target? But I guess it's kind of a out of loyalty and sympathy. We have to do what's right.
So Beth broke the bad news and not the good news.
Kiefer said, I've been so loyal. I've been so
Loyal
loyal.
to the
What about
soul.
loyal to the soul? What about that time you were like making final two with Vic?
Exactly. And he's had Tina and Tara in his back pocket the whole time. It's
Hmm.
bollocks. He hasn't been loyal at all. Um, and then
I've
Kiefer
written,
went, why me? Why me?
I've just written the tears over Kiefer's chat. Lol. They're all crying
Oh,
over it.
this lot are such a bunch of crybabies, aren't they?
Hmm.
Honestly, millennials.
I'm a millennial. You are too, are you
Get,
not?
get on Twitter and cry about it. Yeah, I was born in 1980, which is still technically a millennial. I'll take it.
By skin your teeth.
Um, and this gave me flashbacks to Enzo in BB12. So I've got BB12 on the mind when he told Brittany about the brigade, and he broke the news to her in the same way Beth did, and he enjoyed it as well. And Brittany was crying, and it had very serious Kiefer flashbacks. It's like he enjoyed that too much, and Enzo didn't win, and I don't think Beth will win either. So I'm gone. Third place coming up for Beth. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed that they told Kiefer. I thought I'd rather have the blind side. Um,
Me too, for the drama of it. I felt kind of like it's like diffusing the
yeah,
bomb for the
mm,
ordnance, isn't it?
the TNT. And then Kiefer said, uh, about what about Braden? And then Jed said, oh, he said Braden's just chilling. And Jed said, Braden just chills no matter what. And then Kiefer said, I hope my son grows up to be just like you to Jed. What, a backstabbing alliance member?
Mm, a lifetime of competitor, being a competitor.
A struggle of being a competitor. And then Kiefer said, I just wish it wasn't you. I would never have done this to you guys.
It was
And
very
I
melodramatic.
ridiculous. And this is the same thing that happened to Victoria last week. And Kiefer was just going along with it. So fuck you, Kiefer. And
Keep
then
it
Kiefer
real.
said, damn, this hurts. I can't believe it's me. Jed said, you're the best player this season. And Kiefer said, no, I'm not the best player. The best player wins. Uh, mm, not sure about that. Shout out Casey, BB20. Um, and she ain't the only one. Um,
Shout out
and
Gillian.
shout out anyone. Yeah, Gillian is a good one. Oh, and honorary mention to the Pax brothers. Uh, and then Kiefer said, I'm just a kid from the res. Kid, ain't you like 33 or something? And then Kiefer was cuddling them and crying and then walking off in his Beavis and Butthead shorts. Have
I
you got
just
any notes?
remembered. No, I'm done with
Oh,
the
you've
notes.
just given up.
No, I'm
You're
finished my
done with
notes.
it.
I just
Oh,
remembered one of my favorite tweets of yours this week was a
mm.
picture of Kiefer blindfolded in the TikTok competition. And you said when the people at the sex party don't match your expectation or something, or weren't what you expected.
Do you
I
know what? That
thought
was a complete fluke. Go on.
I thought that is like such a BB on Blast or UK Big Brother slash Lindsay observation of BB Can, which no one that watching BB Can would ever thought of.
No, I got a few likes to that. And do you know what? It was just pure happenstance because I'd literally just paused the video to get a drink and that's what was on the screen. I was like, oh, just took a picture. So complete fluke.
Can't believe you
And
just
I
use the
just
term
thought, oh,
happenstance. That's such an American term, which I think is not a real word.
I like that. Doesn't it sound nice?
I don't like it. It
Happenstance.
makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like oh, there's no one that's similar to that. It makes you uncomfortable. Well, just buckle up. So
It started. I'm yawning.
Ty and Jed were sobbing. I've put, you don't have to evict him, you twats. Tina knew it. Great jury management by her. She was going to Kiefer. Go get these guys. Tara was bigging up her brother's passing. I'm honouring my big brother by using the veto. It's what he would have wanted.
Why have my notes
Jed looks,
ended so soon when there's so much more show to go?
I know. Jed looks good in those glasses. They're a bit similar to yours, actually. Sort of nude or white frame
Oh, are
glasses.
they?
Yeah.
These are my
Jed,
secondary frames. I don't usually wear these for the
oh,
pod.
like Jack has his secondary ones now and his gold ones. Gold ones are really nice. Jed said, loyalty to everyone ultimately means loyalty
Loyalty to
to
no
no
one.
one. Well, this is like what Kiefer said about promises are as good as, what fuck was it? Something's as good as promises in the Big Brother house. Sorry, are
Can't
as good
make
as
no
promises
promises.
tonight. And then Kiefer in the diary room said, I got. You played too hard. Okay, so that's the video. Okay, we're making headway now. So we're on the eviction episode now.
After this short break.
Okay.
Go for it.
Hi. So I'm drunk and I'm leading this section. Here we go. Arissa said, this could be the most emotional eviction of the season. She was looking rather summery, I thought, wearing puffy sleeves and a floral
She's
number.
really rocking the prom dress every now and then this series. There's a very poofy sleeve on that
I
dress.
think those puffy sleeves are in fashion because I've seen a lot of people wearing them on teen first dates. So Arissa's
Oh,
definitely,
really? Oh, there you go then.
yeah.
Reminds me a little bit of like Villanelle kind
Yeah,
of
it must
style.
be like a sort of 80s sort of. I
Do
don't
we
know.
like? Do we like?
To be honest, I have bought a dress with the puffy sleeve, but I've not worn it yet. But I'm hoping to. I might wear it actually when we
Well,
go out for
no
my birthday.
opportunity. Yeah.
I know. And when we go out for my birthday, I might wear it then if you're not too worried to go out then. 30th of May.
No, if it's all legal and above board, I'm there.
Oh, it's all legal, all right. It's all legal from 17th of May. Gaz, since I've been doing Skype and not Skype,
Zoom.
things at work, I'm worried about my bottom teeth. What do you think?
Oh, I
I
was
know
worried
you.
about mine earlier too.
Look at these. They're so crooked. Look.
Well, yeah, I
Americans
thought
are like, what the hell? Look at this
well, no, they're
then.
going to be like typical Brit.
Look at it.
I mean, I thought I had something to worry about, and I feel better now I've seen yours.
Oh, great. But look, my top ones are like perfect.
No,
But
nice. But no one really sees the bottom ones until you do that. So
I
just
know,
don't
but
do
that's
that.
the
You'll be
thing is
fine.
because I've been talking. Look, when I'm talking, you can see it. Look, you should point out your
Yeah. Well,
imperfections.
do you know when I'm talking, you don't really see much of my teeth. I'm not very
No,
sort
you
of
can only you
visible
can only see
teethy.
two
But
front teeth. I know some
I have a
people's
get.
teeth when they talk, you can see all their bottom teeth. It's like, oh, calm down.
Mm,
No, you don't
um,
see much of yours.
I've got a big gap. I sort of like have a Madonna gap.
Isn't that yeah? That's stylish, isn't it?
I think
Did
it's
you have a brace? Did you have a brace when you were a kid?
no. I was supposed to, but I really didn't like the orthodontist that I went to see, and he was like the only one in the town. So I said to
Hmm.
Mum, I don't ever want to see that man again, and therefore I don't want a brace. And she said, okay.
Oh my god. um, I had one, but I'm starting to think I should have one on these bottom teeth. But I
I'm
think it's just
surprised they
still
didn't sort
legal.
that out for you as well at the same time.
I don't think they bother with the bottom teeth. They're like, close your mouth. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, oh god, I'm talking about serious. Right. At the veto ceremony, Jedson shoved the knife all the way in. That's what the announcer guy said.
Oh
At the
God,
veto ceremony,
I just admit,
Jedson
did
shoved
he
the
miss
knife.
a severe incident then?
I know, like what the hell? So then it was the whole, oh, should we kick Keith out or not? Like, oh,
On the one
going around,
hand,
going around the houses. The ultimate flim flam. The sunsetters, flim flammers more like. Keith had very puffy eyes. I've put he needs an eye gel roller. He said I got caught playing the middle. Well, no, it wasn't that hard to catch you, let's be honest. Nina said about Kiefer, we walked into this house together. How Jed, this is what I've said, how Jed has the audacity to sit there crying when he's HOH and he put Kiefer up. Fuck him. That is like I put you out and I'm going to sit here crying. That's like
You
when
say
someone dumps you.
crying, not a tear was shed.
No,
Not a
that's like
tear
when someone.
was jed. As the
Oh,
title.
nice. That's like when someone dumps you and they're crying about, oh, I'm sorry I dumped you. It's like, you fucking dumped me. Let's carry on going
Oh.
out together. We can both be happy. No, fuck you.
It's
Not
not me,
okay.
it's you. No, it's not you, it's me.
That is emotional blackmail and gaslighting, which I do not approve of. So I put, God, what a bunch of crybabies. Keith
Justin
said,
said he has the best resume about
mm,
Kiefer. True.
resume, as Sir Alan Sugar would say.
Does he?
Yeah, he says resume. So Kiefer said, I was going to win. I've put, no, you weren't. Oh, then we had this conversation between Ty and Braden about representation.
And the importance of diversity and seeing yourself on TV.
What did you think about this?
Um, I was like, oh, finally, we've got like an issue to talk about out of this series, like, and it's not from like a problematic standpoint, so that's good.
Mm.
Um, it was good to hear this conversation, and he was basically saying it's it's good for like young black kids to see people on TV not as like, did he say like the
Rappers or drug dealers.
drug dealers? Yeah, and
Yeah.
but that was what he was saying, like the portrayal on TV, not just as like the drug
Mm.
dealer, but also not as like a basketball player or a rapper, which is kind of like, I don't know, if you read a Carla's book, which I don't think you have yet,
No. Is
um,
that the one Jack read?
Empire. No, didn't Jack read Why
No.
I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race?
Yeah.
Carla's is called Empire, I think. Empires? Anyway, it's about basically colonialism and the impact of that now and what it means. And basically, there's an observation that like there's a designated areas of success for black people, which are like music and sport,
Hmm. Oh, that's
and
interesting.
that people are familiar with black people being the forefront of those industries. But aside from
Mm.
that, there's not much else. And this made me think of something that Dan said to me, and I don't know if I should talk about his experience, but here we are. He said that in the past, a lot of people have like in other countries assumed that he's from New York specifically,
Oh.
and that he would play basketball.
Because he's tall.
More like because he's black, actually, not because
Hmm.
he's tall, but possibly
Oh,
that too.
probably
So
both.
I thought like, yeah, this was familiar to hear Ty say that, like, not
Mm.
to be make an assumption that you are these things. And then they talked about
And,
George Floyd. Go on. What are you going to
and
say?
I was just going to say before that, the five black people that they had in the Big Brother Canada house couldn't really be more different. You've got Latoya, who's a cop and a ball breaker. Let's be real. You've got Victoria, who's just sort of loose cannon crazy. You've got Ty, who's quite chill, handsome, bit dumb. You've got Jed, who's kind of like a bit sort of more forthright, a bit more outgoing, I'd say, bit smarter. And then you've got who's the other one? Braden.
Braden.
He's obviously the gay guy who's he's quite smart as well, and you know, he can be, making good television or trying to. So there are five quite different black people when normally we get one or two at the very most from
Yeah.
these cookie cutter, stereotypes that they always put in. So we have been quite spoilt this season, and that's only the black people. We've also had Asian people, we've had indigenous people,
Trans as well.
trans person, we've had
Gay
white
white.
people,
Yeah.
boring white
Um
people.
um
It's been really good to have those people and have those people lasting as well. Although now Tara's HOH, look out.
Reign of Terror. Um
Ooh, nice.
what I what I was going to say about Braden is like it's also quite good to see black queer representation because
Mm.
there's not a lot of that. And
Yeah,
although he
right. It
hasn't
tends to be either the black person or the gay person.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
and
mean?
like,
It's either the
although
black person or the gay person. They're two separate things.
although he hasn't done much in the game, it's still valid that to represent that type of person is also valuable.
Mm.
Because really, like in the media, there's not many representatives apart from Little Nas Lil Nas X, who is basically a pioneer. Have you watched his video for Montero, Call Me by Your Name?
No,
Do you not know how this video has been causing a lot of controversy all over
no,
the internet?
no. Tell me.
Um, in the video, he like is pictured like grinding up on Satan. So like all the Christians were like up in arms about it. And then yeah, he's really good on Twitter, basically. It's been blowing up Twitter lately, and he said he was gonna release a line of shoes with like human blood in the soles, and it was all tying in with a single, and he's just like he's such a cool character.
Was he like a provocateur?
Yeah, and he's like very sort of gender fluid in his portrayal of himself in his videos.
Mm.
So he'll be like not in drag, but like in like knee-high boots and have like long hair in one scene and kind of present himself in a more feminine way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not common to see
Mm.
that, especially as a black guy.
Mm. And the other thing I was going to say about that, the thing that struck me most in this conversation, because I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They're talking about this," but a lot of the things they were saying, I thought, "Okay, yeah, I've heard this before, and it makes sense. Like, yeah, you have to see people who look like you on TV to, you know, aspire to be that." But the thing that struck me the most was what Braden said. He said about the way our grandparents were treated and how that affects the future generations. And I thought, fuck, I never really thought about that, about how, and I have heard about that. Like, is it generational
Generational
trauma?
trauma.
I have heard about that. But if you actually think about it, your own grandparents and them experiencing such a different world to what you experienced, and
Mm.
you know, and then you go back to your great great grandparents and your great great great, because I don't really think about family that much in those sort of terms. When he actually said that, I thought, oh God, that is quite to think. I'm so much better off being born now than I was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. That, I think I'd never heard someone say that on a reality show before, and that I thought was really interesting.
Mm. Yeah, you're right. Um, yeah, and I think it's like a recognition of people sacrificing something to make something better for the current generation, right?
Mm.
In that's all part of it.
Reminds me
The
of
only
that
thing,
film that we reminds me of that film we watched. What is it? What is it called? How do you say it?
oh,
Antebellum.
Antebellum, yeah.
That film was fucked up, man. But that was about kind of generational trauma in a way, wasn't it?
Actually, yeah,
Sort of.
probably one of the only films that confronts that topic in a way.
That film was really
Even though
good.
it's presented in a horror
Don't
science fiction vein.
don't say what that was about, because that is
Oh yeah,
actually a
good
really good
point. Because
film.
if you were
Although
to,
it's although it's harrowing as fuck, but that is really worth a watch. That film,
mm,
although it was tough watch as well.
yeah, it is. It's not very highly rated, that film though. I think it's
I don't
got
know why. I
unfair
really like that.
reviews.
I really like that film. It was really good. A lot of films I like aren't very highly rated.
Yeah, I think that when I look on IMDb and it's got 6, I'm like, "Oh, I'll probably like it then.
Yeah,
That's
me
enough.
too.
That's enough for me."
It's like our TV choices. They're like, oh, The Circle. I don't know, Big Brother. We are about a six, aren't we? But yeah, that was an interesting conversation, and I
I was
have
gonna
got a bit,
say,
I have got
sorry.
a bit more respect for Braden. I'd say as the weeks go on, he's not done very much in the game, but I think he does try and, you know, he's tried to maneuver in with the triangle, and he's not really made any big moves, but I think he's obviously got a good social game, and I don't really want to see him win it, but I'm sort of here for him doing decently well.
I don't know if he's got a good social game. I think he is not a threat, and that's why he's still there.
Oh, maybe. Is
That's
that a
what I
good social
feel.
game though in itself?
Uh, no, it's a state of being. I think.
All right,
Um,
take that back. protective.
So there was also talk about George Floyd
Mm.
and there being a shift in like consciousness, and Ty said it sucks because somebody had to die for that movement to start.
Somebody.
It also sucks that people are still, even today apparently, another
Did you did you see
victim of the
that?
police, which is the 13-year-old boy.
Did you see the video?
No, didn't.
That was just, he had his hands up and he was just a kid. It's just like, I
It
just
doesn't.
thought I just thought, thank God I don't live in America.
Yeah.
There's something really wrong with the police there. And there's something wrong with the police in this country as well, don't get me wrong. But at least we ain't got the fucking guns to back up that fucking institutional racist attitude.
Yeah. Um. Oh, and also don't get me started on the whole. This police woman was reaching for a taser and accidentally shot someone.
Oh,
You can't make
that
that
was what
that is not an excuse.
that
It
was
cannot
what I
be
was going to say
used.
next. How does a taser actually look in your hand compared to a gun? Surely they have completely
Uh,
different feels.
and it's yellow and plastic. Like I saw a guy comparing them on a news channel in America, and he was like some sort of ex police chief. Normally, they kind of would like cover this up, right, for other people, but he was literally like, I don't understand. This cannot be confused. They're also put on different sides of the body. You have to reach over. It's just like, come off of it.
But these bitches get away with it every single time. I mean, what even happened to the people who killed George Floyd? Did they get
Well, the
done?
trial is happening now. It's
Okay.
ongoing.
I can guarantee you they will not get done unless they decide to finally make an example of someone.
They have to, surely.
You say that, but do you
Mm.
trust them?
Uh, no, but because of the extent of the trial
Coverage.
and the amount of people they've got in and the extent to which they're being questioned, I don't feel like there can be anything other than a verdict of guilt. Also, there's video evidence of him killing this man. So why
There's
there has
video
to be a
evidence.
trial, I don't know.
There's video evidence of everything they do, and they seem to get away with it.
Mm.
It's beyond belief. It really is.
Um, I also hadn't heard systemic racism ever mentioned on a reality show either,
No.
which I think is actually a term that a lot of people might not even know what it is, what it means.
Hmm.
So yeah,
It's
it's
like
just a nice section.
yeah, there's like systemic racism, and then there's fucking institutionalized racism, like in the police. And
I think
there's in
systemic is the same as institutional, though, isn't it?
is it? I thought systemic
In the
was like
system.
I thought that you would know better than me, like 'cause you've read more than that. I thought systemic was like kind of across the whole nation, and then institutionalized was within certain
Oh, per
institutions.
institute. Yeah,
Yeah, but either way, it's it's how the world is set up to be racist, to be misogynistic, and everything
I
else.
get the impression. Obviously, I don't know because I'm not part of Canadian society, but I get the impression that Canada's a pretty nice, equal footing kind of place to live. But the only place I get my understanding of Canada from is Big Brother Canada, and it has been pretty good in terms of representation over the years. And I
It's
remember
not.
I'll never forget Ica talking about how her parents were migrants and immigrants, sorry, and how she felt so welcomed and so at home in Canada, which made me think, God, Canada's like a fucking promised land of like utopia.
I think but we also have heard that it's not quite that way as well. And also, I think another thing you hear about Canada quite a lot, not just from Big Brother, is about America going, "Oh, Canada, they don't have guns," and sort of taking a piss out of Canada. It's like, I know where I'd rather
Yeah,
live,
me too.
but yeah, it seems like like one of these Nordic countries like Sweden or Norway, where it's like they have good healthcare, they have good sort of work-life balance, and they're quite peaceful people. We need to aspire to be a bit more like that. I think
Yeah,
we're further there than America, but we're not. We've still got a lot of our own issues as well. I'm not bashing
I
America. It's fucked up too. We've got the rules, so that's another issue.
Wow, that was a lot. It was kind of you stalled there, but yeah, I think that we have a history of ignoring the issue, pretending that we don't have a problem, and we are at a stage now where a lot of people are ready to face it. The problem is the systems that are not kind of is this the systemic racism ingrained in various institutions. That's the problem now. It's like, how do you actually confront that?
And I think COVID, surprisingly, has will actually push certain things forward. I think it has made us take a look at life, how it is, and how we're getting it wrong, and how things don't have to be the way that they always have been. And hopefully, it will lead to a bit of a change, maybe in the way we work and the way we not the way we interact with each other, because I don't want to stay 2 feet apart forever. But I don't know. I do feel like things are kind of moving on and progressing, and we're moving away from that sort of 9 to 5 culture and that sort of stuff.
Hope so.
I
I
bet
don't
you
want to go
do,
back to normal life.
you lazy couple. So,
So I forgot about Ty sleeping in the ball pit.
hmm, we
After
mentioned it
that,
earlier.
that's my next note that I've got. I just forgot about. They just showed him like going to bed in the ball pit.
So next we had a night vision scene. Are you right? Is someone breaking in?
Something just moved, and I don't know why.
Is it Janelle, the cat?
No.
What's wrong? Are you haunted?
Yeah, I'm haunted.
So we had a night vision scene, Gaz, which I thought you would appreciate. Do you
Tell me
remember this?
more.
There was Brayden saying that he doesn't want
Oh,
Kiefer to go. They were bed buddies, which I didn't
yeah.
know. It was nice to
No.
see this night vision scene, don't you think? We don't get that very, very, very rarely on BBCAN.
Yeah, good
They
point.
don't show you. They don't show you people having sex or anything. Um,
Braden said that Kiefer had been like a fatherly figure to him, which I thought was unexpected.
weird.
Social game or
And then Kiefer said, I think Jed is going to get rid of me. You don't sob for a porn. It's like, Kiefer, they already told you they were going to get rid of you.
Hmm.
Um, and then, Kiefer told
Oh,
Brayden about the Sunsetters.
he's basically avenge me.
It was so
Take the
dramatic the way
shot for me.
it was so dramatic the way he told him. It was like, oh my God, I'm in line. It's called the sunset. Oh my God. And now Kiefer's staying and Brayden knows all about the suns. Oh my God. That could be good.
He was like,
Shit.
"Oh, and we've got a name." And he's like, "What's the name?" And he's like, "Oh, the Sunsetters." And Braden's like, "Not the Sunsetters. Shut up." And then,
And he said, we've got a sign. And Brayden's like, what's the sign? And
yeah,
Kiefer's like, I can't
it's
show you.
dark. I can't show you.
It's like a classified information. I can't
Yeah,
show you the.
yeah. As soon as we're going to bed now. Um, he
You
said,
wish.
Braden said, "I honestly don't get about them turning on you."
Hmm.
Really,
I've put
Braden?
Brayden still has his lip gloss on at night. Commitment.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Then we had, what do you know?
This old classic stalwart
Fucking
from
hell, which year of
across
the
the
BB
decades.
conference did they pick this one up?
2007. No, actually, I think it was Big Brother 8. Actually, yeah, that was 2007.
God. Shout out to Mikey.
Mm-hmm. Was Mikey the only one that had to eat chilies in that
I
Big
can't
Brother,
remember.
though?
He definitely had the most adverse reaction to it. I don't know if it was just him. There was Mikey. There was that guy with one leg. It was like the special Invictus Games edition of PBUK. It
Who was the guy that had one leg?
was like a. Don't you
He
remember?
he was in Josie's series, the veteran that
I
had
swear,
got Steve. They're not in the same year.
I thought he was in with Mikey.
No, it wasn't. That's just in your mind.
I've just lumped them in together.
Hmm.
Moving on.
So it was a chili eating challenge, and they presented the house guests with 7 chilies, ranked from mildest to wildest. And
So did they get to choose? Because I stopped paying attention. They got to choose who had the mildest and who had the wildest. They
Yeah, they
must have,
spoke of
because because the
it's
people who didn't like spicy food got the mild ones, right?
yeah, they spoke amongst themselves about who could take spice and who couldn't. I
Mm.
think Tina, unsurprisingly, was like the one with least spice in her life. Who'd have thought it? Um, did you know?
Tap it to the left.
You having a good time? Do
Check it to
you
the
know
right.
if you know that you feel fine?
Da-da-da-da.
Go round. Do
I
you
see
know?
ya. Hold tight.
Hold tight.
Is that what it
Wow,
says?
Lindsay knows Spice Girls. Who'd have
I
thought it?
know. I know.
Do you know what is the name of the units that Chili's spiciness level is rated in?
I saw it come up on the screen, but I didn't write it down. What was it?
Sounds a little bit like one of our very popular morning TV presenters.
Um,
It's
Willoughby.
not Hollywood of be. Bit like sounds a bit like Philip Schofield. It's called
Oh,
Scoville units.
oh, yeah. The one Ty had was like 300,000 or something. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so I think it was 275,000 on the one that Ty had. A habanero.
Why did
Jedson was gone.
why did we get this villa on the eviction episode?
Um,
I know why.
wasn't even product placement, so I'm not sure.
Spicy B was gone, so we had to have something else spicy to
Just
fill the
spice it
gap.
up. Jedson was the one that started to like. He had the first kind of proper hot one, which was 8,000. Then the Thai chilies, which were two that Braden had to eat, were 100,000. Now,
Jed said, Jed said, I feel like I'm in the devil's basement. Now, what's hot? The devil's basement or the
or
devil's attic?
do people talk
Or
about the devil's attic?
the devil's bedroom? No, I just made it up. What's so
Hmm,
hot about the basement? Oh, no, heat rises. So theoretically, the attic would be hotter.
definitely.
Jed, you've not thought this through. The basement is the coolest area of the devil's house.
Do you think that spice could send a human into shock? And could you have a heart attack if you had a chili that was too spicy?
Oh, I used to really enjoy watching that show, Thousand Ways to Die, and I never saw that on there. But I don't know. You probably be more of an expert on spicy food than me.
Possibly. What do you when you have spicy food? Do you have a reaction if you have spicy chili, or do you just
I like spicy chicken, believe it or not.
you do?
When I have the peri peri chicken, I have the hot one, and Jack only has the medium one.
Hmm.
I'm proud.
So when I have chili that's too hot, and in fact I ate a chili that was too hot last night, um, I get hiccups.
Hmm.
And then if I have a chili that's really hot, I get like tingles in my body.
Oh, I know.
And I
I've never
feel
done
like sometimes I feel like my throat is like kind of tight
that.
and my heart rate definitely changes, which is why I'm wondering if you could have a heart attack over a spicy chili.
Probably if you're allergic to it.
God, imagine if I was allergic after all this time I didn't know.
Hmm.
Basically, my first experience of really like this reaction to chili first came when I was in Thailand one time and I was with my Cambodian tour guide and he piled chilies onto everything to the point that he would sit and sweat, which is like you can't be enjoying that food because you can't taste
Hmm.
anything. It's just heat. And I had like some noodles from the street and I ate them after having we were out for drinks. And then I had this reaction where I was kind of shaky and sweating and hiccuping and this guy was
Oh my
running around
god.
like this kid's about to die. He was trying to find something to like solve it. Water, by the way, is the worst thing. That just makes it feel even hotter somehow. And there was like a fruit seller nearby, so he got me like watermelon, which kind of did help. But it's just a case of like having to wait for the reaction to die down. Sometimes it's really long.
Doesn't it
Like,
get worse? Doesn't it get worse over time or something?
possibly.
I heard sometimes it gets more intense before it dies down.
I mean, it's very hard to eat anything after that. Like even when it's not spicy anymore, it just
Mm,
intensifies it. So that's probably it actually. Like yesterday I had this bit of chili that was too hot. And even eating food that had ginger in it was just like I can't.
mm,
But I just think like this sort of task, I would suffer so much, and I don't know how they managed to do it without being actually ill.
mm. Someone said they felt like they were going to throw it, didn't they?
I noticed that Beth, when she ate hers, she kind of like ate around the seeds and kind of left it on the stalk, and I
Oh,
thought that's kind of not fair, really.
cheat. Breach. So, uh, in the end, they won. What was it? A party or something?
A spicy soirees they won.
A soiree. Soiree. And
Did you not
Ty
think
was.
of, as soon as they said soiree, did you not think of Sarah from BBAU? A
Oh,
soirees.
soiree. I know. I was mostly concentrating on Ty reading out off that card. He's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. He like has a different personality when he's reading off a cue card, doesn't he?
I
He's
didn't
like,
notice.
hey, come with me to the cue card land. So what happened then? Oh, Kiefer
Kiefer
was
said
pleading for his life.
he said he'd take Jed to the end, basically.
Mm. Jed said, we were a shield for you this entire game. And I thought, ow, you ain't won anything up until last week.
Mm,
Keith said, getting rid of me could be 100K mistake. I said, I'll still be loyal to you. I thought, this is just total flim flam. I can't believe this actually worked. Which part of it actually worked? That's insane.
mm, I think that honestly, at the end, they didn't have the heart.
Yeah. Because they were crying so much. They were obviously emotionally attached to him
Yeah, he said
for his wife.
to be the best, you've got to beat the best. I'm sure I've heard that said before in this version of Big
Yeah,
Brother.
I definitely have. Yeah.
Tina said she
Helen Wood said it to Ashley.
Tina said that she didn't want to campaign against Kiefer.
Mm.
She said it's not really my style to be throwing people under the bus. And Tina said that she won't target Beth. No, sorry, Tara said she won't target Beth and Jed. Is that right? No, Tina said that, sorry.
Oh, Tina.
Tina
Tina
said
said
she
it, and Beth said you would never touch Tara, and Tina said, "Never say never.
never say
It's a
never.
game. It's a game." That was the long and short of Tina's campaign.
That was the I'll say anything to stay in here edit.
Ah! Ah! Little fly buzzing around.
Warrants that screaming.
Then
Kiefer
Kiefer was
said
trying to
to
talk
Ty,
to Ty, wasn't he?
why are we going for each other now? Why don't we
Hmm.
just duke it out in the
Hmm.
four? Duke it out.
And Ty said, if you're expendable, what does that mean for me? And I was like, well, you're part of this whole thing. Um, Ty thinks everyone is going to take Jed, and they think Beth will cut him, but Beth will cut Jed, but Jed won't cut her. I thought Kiefer was sort of hinting that he would get rid of Beth if Ty kept him.
Kiefer was in it, he'd get rid of Beth. Oh, kind of like
Yeah, I think
convenience,
so.
like you
Yeah,
can't do it, but I can.
yeah, I think so. And that was when
Um,
Ty said, Tina has never done anything for us and never will.
hang on, before I've got before that,
Mitch, what have
Keith,
you done, Ty? Apart from look pretty, well, admittedly, it's better than nothing.
what Kiefer was trying to say, and this is kind of what worked, I think. This is the turning point.
Go on.
He
This is the
basically
turn.
said that his eviction is better for Beth because Beth will then bring Braden in and they will then turn on Ty and Jed.
That's him hinting to get rid of Beth.
Well, it's him saying, I need to stay because if you now let me go, Beth takes control. And that was when this is the key moment, I think, where he sort of saved himself. Ty said to went back. They went back to the HOH room, and Ty was like, there is an argument for keeping him. And then Jed was kind of like wavering, and
Mm.
it was clear that he was starting to feel emotional about cutting Kiefer as well. So
Mm.
this kind of all added up to not being able to go through with it.
Jed said, "I'd rather lose to Kiefer than Tina and Tara." Do you
Yeah.
think if Keith had won HOH, he would have gone after them?
Mm, I'd like to think so because of the way that he's
Mm.
talking. Like he wants to be this kind of legend, and in order
Yeah.
to be that, you have to.
Mm.
So perhaps he would have done.
I hope so, because otherwise that would be so lame.
Wait, was it not the HOH ever?
No, he was the HOH, but I
But
mean,
early on,
in this HOH, would he have gone after them?
yes, I
In a
think it's
previous one, no.
well, who knows? Find it hard to sort of pick apart what are his morals and what are his game
Morals.
actually.
Oh,
No, but when he was like, oh, my kids and I've got to play an honest game and all this, like maybe he
yeah.
really does want to go to Final Four and duke it out. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah, maybe. So then Keith said, "Oh, thanks, boys. Holy fuck." I can't believe Keith's campaigning worked. Weren't you shocked? We both thought he was gonna go, didn't we?
Absolutely 100% thought he was gone.
Weird. Weird, weird, weird. So then
So,
this is when Beth started to get wind of it.
well, after the spicy Suarez,
Mm.
Jed and Ty kind of took Kiefer aside
Mm.
to the Expedia room, and Jedson said, basically, I can't do it. Take me out. I don't care. This was the confirmation that this is it. We're not doing it.
Mm.
Beth is pissed off afterwards. She said, ugh, we're getting messy in this game.
Mm.
More like pissed off that it doesn't benefit her, is what I've
Yeah.
written. But she was like, another Jed and Ty move.
Don't you
Beth
think though
said,
they should have included her in that conversation?
of course, but
Mm.
it's this time of the game where they've got to start thinking for themselves, right? So it
But
is interesting to see Jedson siding more with Ty than Beth.
do you think they intentionally thought we're going to tell Kiefer about this on our own and not include Beth, or do you think they just did that and didn't think of Beth? Because I think the
Probably
latter.
the latter. Probably the
Yeah,
latter. Yeah.
yeah. They're not clever enough to have done it strategically in a way.
Mm. But I do feel that had Kiefer not said, "Look, me staying is better for you than
Mm.
the other result because that benefits Beth," is kind of when
Mm.
they were like, "Okay, now we make the decision." So as though it wasn't like at Beth's expense.
Mm. No, but then Beth said, "You took my vote away from me. I'm pissed."
You stole my vote. That's right. Where
Ooh,
I
ooh,
the sufferer
and then,
Beths.
yeah. And then there was Kiefer celebrating in the bedroom again. Ugh. Kiefer's so annoying. Um, I put at this point, I'm not actually sure he's going to go. This was an effective bit of flim flam right there.
Mm. That was a great show. I think this weekend, not this weekend, this whole week has been really good, Big Brother.
Yeah, it has.
Um,
Surprisingly, it's been good.
Beth said, "Why the hell would I not think about keeping Tina this week? And I just might."
Mm.
So she was kind of like, "Oh, maybe I'll flip it on the boys." Oh
Oh
God.
gosh,
Have
that's all she ever says is that.
you got anything else
Oh,
before the eviction vote comes up?
hold on, I can't read anymore. No, I've got the speeches, final speech screeches. Now
Okay.
is the time to change the game. What you do, this is what Tina said. Now is the time to change the game. What you do in the game isn't who you are outside of the
Outside
game.
of this house. Mm. And Kiefer said, "I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never
You're
gonna
never gonna keep
keep
me
me
down.
down."
Ah. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a cider drink.
He drinks the vodka drink. He drinks the lager drink. He sings
He
songs that
drinks the
remind him of
song,
the good
the best
times. Drinks the
songs that
drinks.
remind him of the best time. Oh, Danny boy. God, I'm having a flashback.
Braden's had a new trim. I noticed when he was going
I've
to
put that.
the corridor.
Do you know what I've written? This is quite freaky. Braden has had a haircut. Dash Helen Wood? Question mark.
A very Helen Wood focused
This
episode.
episode is dedicated to Helen Wood and Ashley.
And Jazzy
So
Piz.
Keith said, "I'm just a kid from the res. You're not a kid. Keep me and let's play."
Don't be fooled by the block that I'm on. I'm still Keith from the res.
He used to have short hair. Now he's got a mullet. Oh shit!
So I was confused, and I had to get confirmation from you because I said I need to go back because Ty just said something that I don't understand, and I've written down I vote to evict blue line ? And you told me that means Tina, which obviously I got because Arissa went, "That's a vote for Tina."
Arissa should have got confirmation about that in the DR as Julie Chenwood. That is
No
not a
code in the
nickname.
diary room, please.
What about us casuals who don't know what is what? Although they don't know what is what. That they anyway.
You know what
Oh god, this is descending. Listen,
is what,
I
but
knew
you don't know what is what. You just
they just strut.
strut.
What the fuck? I knew because Taryn had told me that Tina was called Blue Line. I think it's because she's very straight down the middle and doesn't lie, but I'm not really sure what that means. But Arissa should have
the
said
thin blue line referred to something
and
to do
that's
with the
like
police.
the police. Well, come on. We know Latoya lied about being a cocker. So think on. Gaz has retreated into his own.
Yeah, I need to be more comfy. I've retreated into my faux diary room chair.
I've put fucking hell. They're actually saving Keith. I'm shook. Tina got evicted 3-1. Tara voted for Tina. As Tina left, she was still trying to make that fucking catchphrase stick.
What do you ask?
It's not, are you a screecher? No, you ain't. Go away. Tina's interview was about 3 seconds long.
Wow. Did you want more? That's
No.
quite enough.
I wanted less, if anything.
In fact, was she even asked like who she wants to win? I can't remember.
She wasn't asked like one question. It's like, what if we ran out of time? What we asked Victoria like 5 things in the double eviction. It's like, what the fuck? Enough said.
But that's because this is one of the rare occasions where we rolled straight into an HOH competition and we actually found out the winner.
The only interesting thing Tina said was she wanted to make she said Kiefer should team up with Tara and Bray and backstab the other side. So if that did happen, then it would be Jed,
Part 2.
Jed, Ty, and Beth versus Tina. Not Tina, she's gone. Versus Keith, Tara, and Bray. Do you think that's going to happen? Or do you think Keith is going to stick with the triangle?
Jed, Ty, and Beth
versus Braden, Tara, and Keith. I've never actually seen Tara talk to Kiefer. But to be fair, I've never seen Tara talk to Braden either.
No, me neither.
It's like in a soap when people suddenly start speaking to each other. You think, oh, are they going to get off? Because I've never seen them speak before.
I mean, I can't see Kiefer pairing with Braden and Tara.
I can.
Can you?
Well, I don't know, because I feel like the connection between those was him and Tina more than Tara from
they seem
their first night alliance thing.
Yeah, and also have a kind of like middle-agedness about them.
So does Tara.
Even
though she's younger than me.
How old is Tara?
37, I think. She comes across older.
Kiefer and probably Kiefer's something ridiculous like 28 years old, isn't he?
No, I think he's like 33.
Oh, okay. Oh, that man looks so old.
Oh, he just looks awful. So, but you know, his community is proud. So the HOH comp began. It was the voice notes evicted house. Oh, sorry, audiobook. It was just a voice note, really, wasn't it?
It was. I've literally written house guest voice notes.
But apparently there was a plot to it. There was no plot to it. That's
No, there
bollocks.
wasn't. There was a plot to like Brandy Glanville's DMs when they came
Did you
back
say
on that Celebrity
Blandy
Big
or
Brother. Brandy.
Blandy Granville? So he forgot the first one wrong, and I was like, oh shit, I really wanted him to come through. I thought the
Like,
questions
you
were
wanted
actually
Kiefer to
quite
win?
easy. Kinda, yeah. See what it would do.
God, okay.
Put his money where his mouth is. Who am
Right.
I rooting for now? I don't give a shit.
Surely
I don't
Terror,
care
like
who.
all of us.
Oh yeah, Terror, but I hate Terror, but I do want her to shake things up.
Speaking
Um,
of Terror Junior, do you know who that is?
uh, Vaguely.
A musician.
Now the star of this show, I think you'll agree, is Jed reading. Is that the Big Brother rule book?
Vinnie Jones passed on the mantle to Jedson. Um,
What do you think his cue card said on it, instructing him what to do? Oh, just pretend you're interested in this passage in the book. Mm, mm, mm.
nod now.
Oh, plot twist.
I'm like, is that actually something in there to read, or is he just acting? It was really good. I liked it.
I liked it. He looked good doing it, and the plot twist was, Jed, you're going to get evicted. Bye. um, what do you think about this mechanism when I had to slide the thing along and get to the housemate? I thought it was a bit clunk, felt a bit like took a while. Like, like
I
using
didn't
a Ouija
notice.
board. Yeah, it's like get along to this person. It's like, oh god.
I didn't really notice any sliding. I just thought they had to turn something, and it was in the middle of the books.
Yeah, it was like, and normally it's just A or B. It was like A, B, C, D, E, F. It's too much.
Well, there's a lot of people to get through, but it didn't distract me. But it obviously has you. But I was
Hmm.
doing something else probably.
If you were distracted by this HH comp, contact bbonblastpod@gmail.com. Um, so Tara won. Woo! Shout out,
Yes,
shout out to Tara's brother. He made this possible. And then Arissa had a little thing up her sleeve.
I like it. This week we're having on Thursday a fake double eviction, but
But
the real twist is it's a battle back.
is it a battle back?
Basically, it's basically a double eviction with a battle back, but it's a fake double. So they're going to believe it's a double, and then the two evictees go head to head to fight their way back into the house.
So does that mean it's going to be two of Tara's evictees, or it's going to be like one of Tara's and then
Another
they're going to do the
HOH.
whole HOH veto?
Must be because it's a double
Okay.
eviction. So there'll be another HOH veto and eviction.
I'm
So
fine with that. I just don't want one of Tara's two to come back in because that would mean like probably Jed and Ty could both be safe, right? I want one of them to go just for entertainment purposes.
I was trying to get my head around this as well. Like the chances are, like of course, Terra is going to target Sunsetters, and they are now the dominant alliance. So it's probably going to be at least one Sunsetter fighting their way back in, at least, if not two, depending on how the next HOH goes. It's not. I guess it all depends on what the competition is, but like if it is a Sunsetter in the competition, you would think in any case that they have the higher chance of winning.
Yeah.
So it's kind of less exciting. But what
Yeah.
what what I hope is like these comps are like ones that are anyone's game.
Yeah.
So what
And
would
they
be
have been
ideal?
doing that. They have been doing that mostly, haven't they?
Mostly, yeah. I think what would be ideal for me would be if Braden now wins one,
Hmm.
just to see what he does.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Although I
Or
think
Ty.
to be honest, what see if Ty cuts Jed. It
No,
does
just to
feel
see what Ty would do because he's not won much. I don't think
yeah
Ty would cut Jed in a million years.
no, but if it does feel kind of like late in the game to put this twist in.
Yeah, you're right.
I
It
feel like a
does.
lot of people are not going to be very happy
I
with
think
that.
I think we need to wait and see how it plays out. Because
Well,
when she said it, I was like, I'm not sure about that. But it depends how they do it. And to be honest, the twists this season have actually been quite good. There's not really been many. I guess the invisible just kind of a twist, but there's not been a lot of twist for eviction. It's been quite. They've sort of let it sort of permeate as it is. There's not been, a battle back and all this stuff. You're right there, dude. You got technical problem. So
Yeah.
what
I think I just
are you doing?
nothing. I'm fine. Don't worry. Carry on.
That's
I
it.
think the twists have been good. They've had the
Yeah.
teams, right? The team twist and the Invisible
Oh
HOH.
yeah, I
And
forgot
to be honest, they both presented unique elements that we've never seen into this game. So they were both pretty good. And I like this. I like
never
this idea.
before seen elements to the Big Brother game.
I like that this is like a double eviction, but essentially two evictions with a battle back.
Hmm. But I
It would
want
be,
Victoria to battle back.
well, that won't happen. So we'll have to come to terms with that one.
I'll
But
come to terms.
okay. Um
Oops. Hello? Hello?
yeah, I imagine that some people might think like, oh, it's like in the contract that one of the sunsetters wins, and that's why like we're doing this now, so that the sunset can find their way back in.
Hmm. Should we do the emails?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yes, I can.
Need a break?
Yeah, can we pause while I get into the inbox because I don't even have it open.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a wee.
Okay, we're back for the final part of this epic. We don't know how many hours podcast because Zoom doesn't give us the time
It's
stamp.
annoying. I wish Zoom would tell us, but it doesn't want to tell us.
I was just saying I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
State of us now.
I've not had a haircut since before Christmas, so like it's so needed. That's why I'm pulling out grey hairs all the time.
Can you talk into the mic, please?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just so excited to get a restyle tomorrow. I'm gonna be a new person.
I've had my hair cut,
Oh
but it
yeah, you
doesn't.
didn't go very. It wasn't very extreme though.
I know because I didn't have a blow dry, so it's just like a dry cut. So it's literally just had like a couple of inches off.
Hmm.
It's quite boring, really.
Still, undercut looks good.
Mm.
So, you wanted me to talk you through the Sarah Hardin article
Did I?
first. Yeah, you said you'd like to hear this. I found an
Go on.
article which has.
Talk into the
Uh,
mic.
is that not? Are you not picking me up?
No, just you need to be closer.
Okay.
This is
I
what
found
happens at the end. We get lax.
Sarah Hardin has released an autobiography, and she talks about her celebrity Big Brother experience in there. She has referred to it as a disaster waiting to happen.
She won though.
Yeah. Sarah Hardin has opened up about her time on Celebrity Big Brother. The girl's allowed star entered the house in 2017, and despite dividing opinion among fans, she still went on to win the reality show. She says, Celebrity Big Brother was for me a disaster waiting to happen. When I tried to think back about the reasons I agreed to do the show, I guess I thought it could be a good platform for me to get back in the public eye in a positive way. Yes, I knew there were going to be a few tricky characters in the house with me. There always were on the show, Chad. But I felt I had something to prove, not just to other people, but not just to other people, but myself too. Sorry, there's a typo in the article, which really confused me. I wanted to prove I could do it. I also went in there intending to show people a different side of me. I'd also been portrayed in the media as this mad, off the rails party girl. Maybe this was a way for people to see a more complete picture. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Famous last words. I certainly
People would
didn't go.
think you're a drunk mess.
I certainly didn't go on the show looking for fame. We literally
But
just
you're
said it would
already
put you back in the
famous.
public eye. Yeah.
Yeah, you're already famous.
I wanted to enjoy the experience. I wanted to have fun, to be as open as I could, and show people the real Sarah Hardin. So as always, I wore my heart on my sleeve. In the end, this approach didn't do me any favors, and I'm not sure it changed anyone's perception of me either. Still, it certainly gave the show's producers the juicy TV they were looking for. I guess that's what Big Brother is all about.
Is that it? Is that all
That's
she
it.
said?
It's not very revealing, is it? I
God,
want to hear more about Chad, like what happened
that is the
afterwards.
God. Morrissey would be proud of that much glossing over in an autobiography. Did she not say anything else about Chad?
Perhaps that's the teaser to make us buy the autobiography.
Wow.
During
No,
her
that
time,
sounds like that's it for me.
there's more from the article, but it's not a quote. During her time in the house, Sarah entered into a relationship with the Bachelor star Chad Johnson and had some fiery rows with ex on the beach's Gemma Lucy. Sarah recently revealed she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer and hopes releasing her autobiography will help people spot the signs of the disease. There you go. That's
Fair
all of
enough.
it.
Hmm.
You wanted more
It's
insight.
funny. It's funny with autobiography. It's like I always said, Morrissey would never ever write an autobiography. Then when he did, I was like, oh my God, I was so shocked. And then he just glosses over like years and then just like goes into great detail about like a couple of weeks. You can write your autobiography with so
Sounds like us
fear.
talking about Big Brother.
It's true. Like you can write your autobiography without giving away anything in a way. It's like it's not really an
Hmm.
autobiography when you're just picking and choosing which bits to talk about. But
Speaking
I
of
get it. I do get it.
autobiographies, I have thought, in retrospect, perhaps Nikki's book would be good to read.
Oh
She's
God.
she's released two autobiographies
Hmm.
actually.
Fragile is one. Is it?
Fragile and one's called Dying to Be Thin.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think they're two separate books.
I don't want to read that.
I've got Jade's autobiography somewhere, signed by Jade.
Hmm.
I didn't read that. I think Jade released two as well. And I've got Pete's autobiography sitting around in a drawer here, and I never read that either. So
Hmm.
probably won't read anyone's autobiography if you're honest. Or if I'm honest.
Okay. I definitely won't.
Anyway,
Sounds
on
silly.
to the BB on Blast inbox. I feel like you've got an
Hold on.
intro.
The baby on blast inbox
If you want
changes every
to
week.
get yourself onto the podcast next week, please email us at bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
Why not
Now,
send us a voice note? We've not had a voice note in a long time, have we?
no, we haven't.
We used
Good
to get
point.
voice notes from Otago. We used to get voice notes from Melissa Bot before she went feral. We used to get voice notes. We had a voice note from the BB Hacker, which I think was probably Melissa Bot as well.
Hmm.
We don't get anything these
You
days.
say that's Melissa Bot, but we've had an email from the BB Hacker this season, so it can't be.
Oh, okay. I
Wow.
do
The red
do not know.
string.
BB Hacker, send us a voice note so we can try and decode who you really are.
I'm excited because there's a new name in the inbox.
Oh,
Mm. That I don't know quite how to pronounce. So I do apologize if I butcher your name, but it looks to me like it's Shiner.
okay. How do you spell it? I'll see if I can.
Shaina. Or Shayna? Could be Shayna.
Trainer. Trainer.
Now, the first line says, well, the subject is keeping it real. The first line says, hello from the homeland of BBCAN, which tells me, okay,
Yes.
it could be Shiner because, perhaps they're from Newfoundland and it's like, oh, hello there, my name is Shiner.
China.
Oh,
Come on,
hello there, my name is
China.
Shayner. I'm not really sure. If
Welcome,
you could give us the phonetics,
people.
that would be lovely.
She'll never write
Sorry,
in again after this.
off off topic, but I had a meeting with someone from Newfoundland the other day
Did you?
on the internet on Zoom from work
Mm.
with work, and I resisted the urge to be like, "Is he a screecher? I know all about Newfoundland because I watch Big Brother Canada." I was like, "Don't do
You
it!
should
Don't
have.
say it! Don't say it! Don't say it!" So I
You
didn't.
should have. You should have. You should have.
Wait, China
Huh?
has China has given the cliff notes on how to pronounce the name.
Ah, come on,
Hello from
China.
the homeland of BB Can. Please note that in my head, this is said with the line. Oh, she hasn't. Sorry. Please note that in my head, this is said with the line in the sand emphasis. So it's Hello from the homeland of BBCAN, I guess. I recently came across BB on Blast via suggested podcast vis-a-vis
Oh,
Julie Girl.
that's good.
And
Shout out
guys,
to you,
don't
girl.
tell them, but I secretly ditched them for you.
Don't do that, Shina. You
She
can have
says,
both.
JK, JK, which we
Ah!
thought meant joke, but it means just kidding. But I
Thank God for
may,
that.
but I may or may not have bumped you ahead of them in my podcast queue. And it's not just so I get to gaze upon the 90s noughties glory of your thumbnail on the reg. What does
You
that
what?
mean? What does that mean?
Say that again.
Oh, I think I need a drink of water. Hang on.
Come on, guys. Yeah, we're getting compliments here. Let's appreciate. Let's savor them while we
From a new
can.
person as well. I can't take the pressure.
Yeah. That
It's
Shina
not
is
like these.
pitting us against Judy Girl.
Well, there's nobody that
Pitting us.
keep coming back week in and week out. This is a new person. We've got to work hard to keep
Yeah,
her.
we want the new blood. New blood. New
Ah,
blood.
okay. I recently came across BB on Blast via suggested
Mm.
podcast vis-a-vis Judy Girl.
Thanks, Judy Girl.
And guys, don't tell them, but I secretly ditched them for you. Just kidding. But I may or may not have bumped you ahead of them in my podcast queue. And it's not just so I get to gaze upon the 90s/noughties glory of your thumbnail on the reg. On the reg. On the reg. On the regular, not
Oh,
the reg.
so our picture of us
Our
in the
logo.
diary chair
I
must
think our
be.
logo. I guess it looks
Hmm.
90s. Okay.
I
Though,
don't
on the reg. On the reg.
on the reg.
Though, the Y2K-ness of Gaz's Britney in Teen People magazine T and the
Your
Drew
silver foil
Barrymore.
tea. Oh,
Oh, I forgot that's what I'm wearing in that picture. And the Drew Barrymore / Dominique Swain vibes Lindsay is giving. Who's Dominique Swain?
it's Dominic Swain.
Dominique Swain.
I'm
Google that.
googling. Google that right now. Yeah, I look like a children's TV presenter in our logo.
Paired with the nostalgia-inducing invitation of, in asterisks, emails, is 500% what has led me from my extremely offline existence to the old inbox. Oh, it's like Shina's speaking in code. I need to read it again. I don't understand what she's
Can
saying.
you read that last sentence again? Because I'm looking at Dominique Swain.
Who is Dominique Swain first? We need.
She's an actress. She looks like she's sort of someone out of Scary Movie or someone like that.
Oh, a bit like what's it? Who's that woman that was in CBB with the whole
It looks like a
the
compliment.
competition win? The girl from
Oh,
this scary
Erica.
movie.
Yeah, she does look a bit like her actually.
Not Erica, the one who
Oh,
bossed the competition with the word search. The
oh, Kiki.
no
I
American
don't.
Big Brother BB celeb, the woman from
Oh,
Scary Movie. I think she was from Scary Movie, and
oh,
that
Shannon Elizabeth.
what was that word she spelled out?
Responsibilities.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
God, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, like a cross between her and Erica and me.
Right now, I'm getting into the head
Come
stage of
on,
China.
come on.
China looks at
You
our
can do
BB on
this.
Blast logo, where it's me and you sitting in the
Mm-hmm.
diary room chair, surrounded
Yeah.
by our nice lettering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's seen that on the reg. She likes that. She's a fan of that. So the Y2K-ness of Gaz's Britney and Teen People magazine T, that's my silver tea,
Mm-hmm.
and the Drew
Agreed.
Barrymore / Dominique Swain vibes Lindsay is giving, paired with the
I'll take it.
nostalgia-inducing invitation of asterisk emails asterisk is 500% what has led me from my extremely offline existence to the old inbox.
I don't know what that means, but I
I
like
do.
it.
I do.
Go
We
on.
are inviting emails, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is nostalgia inducing that we're asking for people to email in.
Oh yeah.
And that's
That's like something
why,
old people would do.
even though Shina is usually an offline person, she's
Mm.
broken out of that and emailed us.
But Shina, you're online listening to podcasts, so you're lying.
Yeah, but perhaps, sending a DM or something is how people are reaching
I think
their
Shina communicates solely via TikTok.
perhaps.
Or what's this thing where everyone goes now? What's it called? I heard James talking about it. From Julie Girl. What's it called? Where it's just voices.
Oh, Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. I almost said Chapter House, which sounds like an old 80s band. Clubhouse. I want to be on Clubhouse. Why are we not on there?
Chapter House reminds me of Company's House, which is where you register your business in the UK. I'll tell you why we're not on Clubhouse, because I got
Mm,
an email this week which said like, secure your brand on Clubhouse now. You
I
can't get
want
on
to.
Clubhouse without an
Oh,
invitation.
come on, guys. James, invite us. But if he's just listened to this and heard what Shiner just said about Julie Girl, we're screwed. That and
Oh
the
God.
draft, it's over.
So the other thing I heard about Clubhouse is that people are selling membership invitations on eBay for up to $125.
I'm not that desperate. I'll just go on Animal Crossing instead.
Okay. I'm really
What else
enjoying
does Shiner have to
Shina's
say?
email for
Is
like
that
so
it?
far
Is
to
that?
this point.
I want more. I want
But
more.
there is more.
Oh,
You want
go on.
you want good emails?
Give me more. That's what Gaz says when he's wearing that silver t-shirt.
Okay, so just to recap, previously on Shina's email, she's Canadian. She thinks we have a sort of noughties, 90s aesthetic, paired with the fact we were
We
talking about a
do.
million 90s things on the last episode, I think, or the episode before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
dressed a bit like Britney in Teen People magazine. You're dressed like Drew Barrymore and Dominique Swain. We don't know who that is, but fine.
I'll take it. She looks
We're
good.
asking for emails. That's retro. She's gone, okay, I'm going to go to my computer. I'm going to send an email.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that and this. I genuinely can't
Oh,
tell if the Joni Mitchell bit was bait for Canadians to come out of the woodwork and bandy British microaggressions about love actually. Well, I won't sink so low, but nice spicy try.
your Joni Mitchell bit got quite a lot of traction, actually, didn't it?
Actually, I feel bad because Laurie sent a link to a song, and I never listened to it.
No shit.
I was working out at the time, I couldn't. That said, I do sincerely appreciate your subtle and mellow wit slash humor. I've been
Oh,
wishing for
thanks.
I've been wishing for a reprieve from the manic American teenager YouTuber energy that the podcast I previously listened to alongside seasons of BB seemed to have devolved into. Oof, it's like the din of a youth drop-in center sometimes, giving me a headache. so
Okay,
thank
Shine It is my new fave.
so thank you for providing a calm geriatric 30-something lanai to which I might retreat and day drink and cackle darkly. What's a lanai? You'll know. I don't.
I don't know. 30 something. I wish.
30 something lanai. What's that? L A
Hold
N
on.
A I.
Lanai. She's got us on the hop. Hang on.
Wait, sorry. So thank you for
Lanai.
providing a calm geriatric 30 something lanai.
Geriatric is like over 80s. A lanai is a type of roofed, open-sided veranda, patio, or porch originating in Hawaii.
Oh, that sounds nice. To which I
Sounds
might retreat and day drink and cackle darkly. Cackle darkly. I like that. The bee's knees, as Granny Braden might say. Hard yes. The observation of his swapping out his usual nanwear for one of the
nice.
bros' standard Canadian white girl TM uniform.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah. Got his bed and tie camo on to infiltrate their camp. Does that mean Beth and tie? Bed and
Beth, Beth and Jen and
tie.
Di.
Got his bed and tie camo on to infiltrate their camp. Dot dot dot. Okay, that's all for now. Just wanted to say
Please.
hi and send some appreciation from the yes rapidly defrosting Canadian tundra, where the reindeer, rats, and raccoons roam. I'll
Mm.
leave you with this
Uh,
bookend. If you had to follow Braden's dress to please lead and swap out your rad millennial tops for tacky, shillable shirts to wear around self promoting, what would your shirt say? Stay gold, shiner.
that's a good question. This is the best email we've had definitely
You know,
this year, possibly
definitely.
ever. um, what could we say? Like keep it real or something like that. What could yours
Oh,
say?
well, what
Gas
about
me
you?
up.
Does it have to involve our names or not?
Dazzle dazzle. I could think of one's better for you than me.
Yours would want to be edgy, wouldn't it?
No, it's got to have a name in it. Nothing really rhymes with Lynn's, I don't think.
I don't even know what the word shillable means. What does that
Lynn's.
mean? What does shillable mean?
I actually don't
You've
know
out
either.
vocabulary, Lindsay. This does not happen.
Oh my god.
Shillable.
Yeah, but normally I'm only competing with you. I'm looking
Yeah,
it up now.
I know. It's not exactly a high bar, is it?
Well, no, you ain't.
Swap out your red millennial top for
Shillable.
tacky shillable shirts to wear around self-promoting.
Is
Self
shellable, is it spelled with an E?
S
Or an,
H
or
I
an I?
I L L A B L
S-H-I.
E. Wait, maybe my
S-H-I-L.
look up. No
She's made
content
this word
found.
up. She's made this up.
The dictionary doesn't know what that means. Self-promote. What would mine say? Gaz. God, you put us on the spot here. We're never good at thinking of these things.
It's good though. It's good. I've thought of some good ones for you.
Gazzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Auntie Garth's t-shirts somehow.
Well.
You want me to think of something for you now, probably.
There's nothing rhymes with what rhymes with Lynn's.
Lindsay for the Winsy.
Yeah, Lynn. Well, how about just Lynn's for the wins?
That's that could work.
I like the fact we've just gone down this rabbit hole and we're just fucking staying down here and not moving along.
This is like that game
what
on
rhymes with Lynn's? Chin. Take it on the chin. No.
Take it on the Lynn's. No.
No, I don't want to take it on the chin. I want to win. Yeah, Lynn's for the win, surely.
This reminds me of that
FTW.
Lynn's for the win. It reminds me of that game that we played where you have to draw a t-shirt, and we drew a t-shirt. But what we didn't realize was we had to draw the design for a t-shirt.
We just drew a t-shirt. God, that was probably like this time last year. Fucking hell, it's been a long year.
Draw a t-shirt. Well, I've got to draw another. I remember you going, "Why have I got to draw another fucking t-shirt?" It just didn't make any sense.
Oh, that was kind of fun. I missed doing that.
What was that called again? That game?
Jackbox, James.
Jackbox.
Not
Yeah,
James.
I remember when when I first heard about Jackbox Party, I thought it was some sort of weird gay thing. Definitely thought it was a sex party. China, what I want to know is, what would you put on our t-shirts for me and Lindsay? Please email us next week and tell us what you would put on the t-shirts.
If you don't email next week, we're going to be quite bereft.
And also,
we'll have Lorcan, we'll have Laurie. You know, we're done with those people. They're just old news.
Also, Shina, can you please tell us what shillable means? Because I really don't know.
We're old. We don't, and we're those 90s, noughties vibes. We don't understand these newfangled terms.
Do you think Shina's older or younger than us?
It's got to be younger because she's like watching these young YouTubers, and she's like, she comes to our little veranda and chills out with geriatrics. Not geriatrics. How fucking dare you? Don't email us ever again.
No, actually do. I love the email. It was good.
It was good fun.
It was a challenging read. I don't know what bed and I don't know what bed and tie camo is, but I really enjoyed that. You know, this is the little observations you get from BB on Blast you don't get elsewhere. Like you noticing that Braden was dressing differently, me noticing that Rohan might have had lip fillers. No one's commented on that though, because I don't think anyone else.
You're the only fucker who's noticed that. Except, when he's in jury, I'm going to keep an close eye on that. Although I keep saying that and I keep forgetting because he's so boring.
Laurie has emailed us.
Laurie, we didn't mean what we said. We love you. Me saying we, it was me who said it.
What was that? What did we say?
Oh, I just said we don't need Laurie. Laurie,
email us.
Lorky, no more. We've got new people.
Laurie says, I'm glad BBCAN is letting us see comp results. Cliffhangers don't work unless you go off the grid. We've been crying out for it. So next week is a 2-person buyback. Got it. Got it. Get it? Got it? Good.
I ain't got it, so I'm glad Laurie has.
The only question is, will Tara pull a Kima or Chima, sorry,
Shima.
after she learns of this tomfoolery. What is it to pull a
Mm.
Chima?
That was when she threw a microphone in the pool and then she ejected because her HRH didn't count. And then Alison
Oh,
Gordon had to come on the thing and say, Chima, come to the diary room. And it's like, hold on. Chima, come to the diary room. And then they kicked her ass out.
I remember that actually. I've seen that in a clip.
I hope Tara does do that.
Oh,
100%.
she. Laura says, "Oh, she won't
Chima.
have time, and could actually be the second person evicted, having to fight to get back in. Next Thursday
Mm.
is going to be nuts."
Mm.
And then she says, "I know no one gives a rip about the draft, but I'm invested in the visual, and we'll see it through till the end." Lol.
Laurie's the only person who still cares. Julie Girl have never mentioned it. We don't mention it anymore. Only Laurie cares. Come on, who have I still got in the draft?
Who have you still got?
I feel like I've got Beth,
You have, and Ty.
Laurie.
I only have Jedson. Um,
Well,
James
that's not
is
bad.
James is fully out, and um, Zach has got Kiefer, and Tara left.
Oh, we're gonna win the draft! Yay!
Yeah, high chance I'd say, unless Kiefer wins.
No, I don't think so.
Also,
We've 100% win the draft,
if we win our like first ever draft, that's also 100% success.
and then we never have to do one again.
um,
Preach.
Lorcan,
Okay.
don't fear the Kiefer is the subject
Nice. I like
line.
that.
What does it
Yeah.
mean? Don't fear the. Is it a play
Don't
on
fear the
words?
Reaper. Yeah, don't fear the
Oh,
Reaper. The song by the Rolling Stones, I think.
how does Lorcan know about this all this old music? He's so young.
Probably from Martin.
Hey, ladies and guys. Yes, you can use my subject line as the pod name this week
No,
before
we'll
you
do
ask.
thanks.
I know it's just too good an opportunity to miss. Well, I needed it explaining to me, so it's not.
No, looking, you ain't it. Don't worry, we got that. We got that on lock.
BBCAN9 has been so good this week. I really feel like everybody is playing the game to win for the first time in years.
Hmm.
I'm dying to know what's going to happen next at the end of every episode. Arissa, as an executive producer, has done wonders.
Yeah, she has.
Arissa's stylist did not do wonders this week. I was not a fan of the dress. It was like a Tudor starring in a 1980s ITV drama about a 50s themed PTA ran summer fete. Wow. Say
Woof.
what you really mean, Lorcan.
Zing.
You cannot come for Arissa like
Look, and how dare you? I saw your excited face when Arissa popped up on my birthday call.
that. Fangirl. Right there. I really
It was
hope
like this.
this. I really hope this insert force catchphrase as I get excited thing doesn't catch on for future seasons.
What?
I really hope this open brackets insert force catchphrase as I get excited close brackets thing doesn't catch on for future seasons. It works when they kicked off Drag Race because they're funny. But if I hear "What are you at?" one more time,
Oh,
I'm
right,
going to
yeah.
go mad. What are you at? More like, what are you shat?
Nice.
I'm annoyed that Tina's gone though, because she was the last person I had left in my draft with the rest of the L's and Rowan. Tragic.
Hold on, I ain't in that draft.
Laurie, Luke, and Rowan, I guess.
And Lorcan. Yeah, but I'm an L. I'm not in that draft.
Well, take the
They
L
got a
because you're
draft
not in that
without
one.
me. I don't even want to be in the draft I'm in, let alone that draft. But Lorcan, BB on Blast listeners don't even care about our draft, let alone yours. So pipe down.
Next week, the ideal battle back would be
Oh,
Taichon, Tishon, or Beth v Jed for maximum OTT drama and crying. I
okay.
mean, that would be pretty good.
Hmm.
Beth versus Jed.
I need more information about how it's going to work before I can think about how it's going to go, if you know what I mean.
It's a double eviction. It's going to happen like any other double
Just like a
eviction.
normal double eviction.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I can deal with that. I just want Ty to get one of Jed or Ty, or I just want Tara to get one of Jed or Ty out first.
Meaning you want one of Jed or Ty to play in the battleback.
To go. No, I want one to go.
No, they won't.
Oh, I see what you mean. They'll fight
The-
against each other.
yes.
I don't want that. I want them both to go. This is the worst time for that twist.
Yeah, it does seem a little late in the day. That's what I said earlier. It's like it's almost kind of trying to guarantee that Sunset stays.
Yeah, I would
It's
rather have
like
seen like
Angela. It's like that.
yeah, I would rather have seen Victoria versus Rohan.
Oh well, maybe that's next week. I mean, the week after. Who
Yeah,
knows? The jury battle back.
Alien versus Predator.
Lorcan continues. I also really love the tribute to Nikki. It's so much better than what you get on other shows when a contestant passes away and they just dedicate the episode to them at the end. She was really
Mm.
special.
Mm.
Anyway, that'll be all from me. I'll be back next week, I'm sure. Much love, Lorcan. Kiss, kiss.
Thanks, Lorcan. Thanks, Lorcan and Laurie. We do love you. Don't keep emailing. We don't just want young blood.
Well, he is Youngblood.
Mm. Oh.
Connor R has been in
Oh, it's
touch.
Connor emailed as well.
Yeah, this
Yay.
subject line, this eviction. Hi, Linz and Gaz. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. Anything to say? Are you?
Oh God, I'm ready for bed now.
I was hoping y'all would talk about this flop ass eviction.
Which
Like,
one? Tina again.
mm, I'm not sure. Let's continue. I was hoping y'all would talk about this flop ass eviction. Like, how are you going to cry about backdooring someone, then back out last second? Yeah. The
Yeah.
fact that they actually left Keith in the game after what they did to him is wild. If I was Keith, I'd try and burn their game to the ground. But
Yes,
I
quite.
might be a little but I might be a little bit more petty than Keith. And then it's
Mm.
the sweating, smiling emoji times three. The Anyways, hope the new twist excites things. But to be honest, I'm very worried about them doing it at final six. Thanks,
Mm.
y'all. Love y'all and the pod. Connor R.
Oh, thanks, Connor. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. But both of you are right. It does feel a little bit late. But hey, I don't. There's no one I really give a shit about now. So let the drama fall where it may.
Yeah, I'm team mix it up. Like, whatever.
The only thing I want to see it is because the Sunsets have been so smug and so annoying and so up themselves. I just want to see
Smug,
a couple of them get taken out.
smug setters.
Hmm. Very.
Yeah, yeah, I know, and I really want Kiefer to be. To be honest, I was reveling in the fact that Kiefer was about to be taken down after how smug he was being and calling himself a legend, and now it hasn't
Yeah.
happened. So now I'm like, oh, okay. Like I really wanted that, and I didn't get it.
I want Kiefer to win.
Wow,
How about that?
keeping it real. You know, I'm Team Terror till the end.
I just don't want Jed or Ty to win. I just think it'd be so boring. Or Beth. Oh, even worse. Just no. No, 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 no.
I think no, I don't want Beth to win. Definitely not. I think that like Jed or Ty or where are you going?
Gotta let the cat out.
Oh, I think Jed or Ty or Kiefer are kind of like the logical winners in a season where the emphasis was on a diverse cast.
Hold on.
Because the alternative is Beth and Tara, who are cisgendered, straight, white women.
Oh, like
You-
a black person.
Use your mic.
Oh shit. Sorry, it's late in the day. I do. Yeah, you're right. I do want either. I want Kiefer to win. Kiefer, Ty, Jed, Tara, Beth. That's my
Oh,
order.
that's your order.
Mm.
Who do you most want to see go head to head in this battle back?
Any of the Sunsetters, preferably Jed, Ty, or Beth.
You want
See
two
who really.
Sunsetters go head to head?
Yeah, I want to see some throats being slit.
I would like to see. I do think it would be really fun to see Jed and Beth go head to head, but I also think it would be quite cool to see Jed and Kiefer. Is that even possible? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
possible.
and for them to regret keeping him.
Possibly.
Mm.
Time will
Well, Jed
tell.
and Ty head to head would be good, but I do feel like Jed will win just because Ty's not winning anything. But
Jed
I
and
don't
Ty
see
head
why
to
Ty
head.
has. But why has oh, fuck's sake. Why has Ty not won anything? He's fit. He's obviously, muscly and hot as hell.
Do you know, I feel
So
like
why isn't he-
I feel like Jed and Ty is like the episode of the level of a game where you have to fight yourself, like your own character, and they've got the same moves as you. It's like, okay, only one can win. Like, I want to see that actually.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm Team Ty though. Jed has got an arrogance that I do not like. Oh, Gaz has put down his mic, and that's the end.
Mic drop. Right, let's wrap it up because
Oh, thanks to all those. That was nice. 4 emails. That's not bad, is it?
that was really good, and I really enjoyed China. It's so nice to have a new voice to get involved with.
But it's nice to get those old voices too. Don't
It's just
don't
as
say
nice to hear
anything.
from Lorcan and Laurie and Connor as
Oh,
well.
just as nice, but not quite because we want the compliments that we look like movie stars and Britney Spears. So if you are going to email next time, why not sprinkle in some flattery for us and we'll read it out in a more enthusiastic tone.
The ironic thing is, like, we don't proofread the emails before we read them, and we'd read out
No.
anything, and you'd have like said something shit about us before we even realised it's something shit.
Oh, we've come unstuck
No,
before,
I was going
believe.
to say that's happened before.
Imagine reading them before; it would take all the fun out of it.
True.
So you can just send us a death threat and we'll just read it out. We don't really care.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp fans, take note. And if you stay tuned for this long, good luck to you.
So for next week,
So,
email us bbonblastpod@gmail.com, or if that's just too geriatric for you, send us a DM on Twitter at @bbonblast.
we'll just what's that thing? Airdrop us something. Token.
You don't even know what. Airdrop us a GIF and we'll describe the content.
What's more modern than that? What's the most modern technology you can do? Oh, fuck no.
Clubhouse.
Anyway,
Join our discussion on Clubhouse.
yeah, Clubhouse. Send us an invite to Clubhouse and we'll get involved from there.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter, light at VM.
Follow me on Twitter at bb_superfan.
Follow BB on Blast on Twitter, BB on Blast on Facebook, BB on Blast on Spotify, BB on Blast on Spreaker, BB on Blast on iTunes, BB on Blast on
bb on YouTube, where we're posting all of the podcasts while we are still on lockdown. Read Lindsay's book, First Aid Kit Girl, and come back next week to find out.
Gaz has never read it, so you'd be one step ahead of him.
Come back next week to find out who makes it back into the BBCAN house in the fake double eviction battle back.
But Gaz's boyfriend has read it and he enjoyed it thoroughly. So.
Say bye. Say bye to the people.
Gaz is like, wrap the ship. Fucking hell, God knows how long this is. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.